base. I'm running low on metal ore ingot, so I wanted to find a place, a big open place with lots of ore nodes, but I also that breeding pin is huge. I was able to place one on the rocks of my starter base, but it was sunken into the rocks, and it wasn't too. It didn't. I don't like the way it looks. Um, and a breeding base really takes a lot. You need like a cake production facility. You need beds. Someone's got to cook. Someone's got to keep the fridge going. Someone's got to water and harvest all those berries and flour, as well as transport the milk and eggs. So I found a nice little spot for it. I've already slapped a PAL box down, but nothing else, not even like a box yet. I was gonna build it live on stream. And since we're talking about breeding, it reminded me of this guy. I believe his name is Donald Marshall. And he was, you know how I love these crazy people on the internet. And I don't know, I wasn't there. Maybe he's telling the truth. Um, but he has some pretty extraordinary claims about being taken underground to a cloning facility ran by the elites where they keep the way I think it works is they have a second body for people, and they have a way to when you're sleeping in the outside world to have your mind or your consciousness then be awakened at the cloning facility, and they would have like obviously drugs, orgies. There was even talk of a coliseum like death arena where people could act out their most violent fantasies. It's pretty extraordinary. But we'll get into Pal World, um, and I just want to make sure the audio levels are working, so I'm not wasting my time. I can see that my microphone's working. I'll play the video for a second and make sure that this little bar right here jumps, and if it does, then we can get into Pal World and start building the breeding base.
Reptilian
All
shapeshifters
right, it
that
looks like we're
David
good to go.
Dick Ike talks about. He's kind
All right, we're already talking about reptilian shapeshifters. This is going to be a great little bit of YouTube. This is the kind of stuff I really like, and if you guys like it too, spend some time here, and we'll watch some crazy stuff together.
of got the story wrong. They're not dimensional at all. They're this dimension, and yeah, they're not spiritual, mystical, or anything.
First thing I'm gonna have to do probably is transfer a lot of resources to the new location, so I can build everything I need to build. Before I drop any pals down, I think I'm gonna get a good deal of the infrastructure built. Get the ranch and the breeding pen laid out, and a little house with some beds in it, a feed box, a cooking station, a cooler, and um, the wheat and berry plantations at the very least, right?
It's pretty sick. But I'll tell you about that in a second. First, I wanted to tell you about the cloning stuff. Okay. Now, human cloning, I have to tell you, it's been done since at the end of World War II. Okay. I'll tell you how they got it and the whole shebang, like 33rd degree Freemason knowledge. I'm probably going to die for this somewhere along the lines. It's not good. Okay. Picture this. I'm memory repressed about everything. Couldn't remember anything. I'm still getting side effects from this. I was memory repressed about the cloning stuff until I was 30 years old. They call it the awakening when they give you back the memories. Turns out they had me there since I was 5 years old. Okay, and my family is there, my family members and everything, and they said they're not going to lie on a lie detector test about it. It's pretty big. Like they were going to kill me. They said. Thing is, the way that this cloning works. Okay, there's two different kinds of cloning, and it confuses people. Now there's replication cloning where it comes up as a baby, right? Put the cells in, make the same person as a baby. Well, there's duplication cloning as well, where they grow you in a big, thick tank full of water. And well, there's a few different grades
Mm.
of cloning. There's Mark 1 to 4 that
Let's
I know of.
start with as
And the
much
problem
stone
I'm
and what
having
as we can
is with the
carry.
Mark 2. The thing is, Mark 1 was around at the end of the World War II, but it was a primitive clone, lots of side effects. Anyway, this is even on the net. Before I started blasting on the net about this, uh, somebody said something about the Mark 1 to 4 clones, and the first one being called an organic robotoid. And that's what it was called, even though there's no robotic parts in it at all. Anyway, Mark II is an REM driven clone. Okay, now what that means is when you go to sleep, the Illuminati, this is their main form of communication too. They don't call people on the phone. They don't meet at the Bohemian Grove anymore. Since they got
All right, let's
cloning,
get it.
they meet at the cloning station when they go to sleep. Each of them, I don't know how they do it exactly, okay, or else I'd know how to block it. But they can transfer your consciousness into a clone at the cloning station if they have a clone of you. And they used to have to use a tissue sample from you, or I guess they said the cells from a woman's pap smear is like really rich in the cells to make one of these duplicate clones. They used to use kids' foreskins that were discarded at the hospital that got removed. That's what happened to me. But now they said they've upgraded the technology in the last 10 years, so now they only need blood. What they used to do with the tissue, well, they could also, they used to set this little oil drill looking thing over a person's forearm, strap their arm to a chair. And this drill,
I need a
it had
construction pal with me.
things on it that opened up, right? Now, it would go in, and when it spun, uh, these things would open up. But then when it stopped, the things would close again. Now this is done. It goes in, comes.
He's basically saying they use pain to stimulate the new body, and that gets your consciousness to awaken inside the cloned body that they have. This dude says some really like wild stuff. He takes credit for writing a lot of music, like pop music. He says like that's why he was chosen to go to the facility was his ability to write hip hop songs. It's pretty fucking wild.
Out and comes out. And what it was doing, it has to agitate the tissue. They told me when I was a kid, uh, to a certain degree. I guess like they said, the easiest way to tell a person in layman's terms about it is, when you have a hangnail and you pull it off, and the white stuff that accumulates inside, and eventually it'll form like a scab and new skin, and it'll grow over. Well, to get that white stuff
Do I
to
have a
really
breeding
work good,
pal?
they agitate tissue a certain amount of times. Now they just agitate blood from like a blood sample even. And yeah, cloning is very
No, I need a
prevalent.
building
It's like a
pal.
secret thing
I don't
among
want to have to
the like
build everything
elite. They
myself.
use it
Even a
for
couple
their
would be nice, but
crazy stuff. You name it, they've
I'm
done
not
it. Jump
transferring
off
anything over here until
cliffs, everything. Um, I know all about it. The thing was, when I was memory repressed, I was seeing other people becoming unmemory repressed, and I
Oh, I
hated
could
this
have just
place
used the
and these
PAL box
people. A
there.
bunch of scumbags
This is
doing
my
nasty things
first
to each other, right?
time building a
Like,
second base.
there's privileged ones there and there's underprivileged ones there, and so people are pretty mean on people. And well, I wanted them to
Once I
do the
get
right
beds and a
thing on
feed
me,
box
so I'd
down,
go
I
to the
can
cops
start
and get the cops on them. Well, the thing is, they are the cops
moving
too.
over pals
Like, this is
to do some of the
the
work.
linchpin in how the Illuminati
But for now, I'll
NWO
take this
works. Because like
Verdash to help me
most of
build
the
shit.
leaders from the G20 countries go there, about 14 of the G20 countries, and then there's leaders from countries that don't even fit in the G20 that
The
go there
breeding
too,
pen
right?
and the
And
ranch take up a lot of room, so I want to plop
cloning,
those down
it's
first
really
at
normal. Well, Britney Spears made a video
the
about
edge of the
this
buildable
place because
area.
the thing was to get advertised and promoted and stuff, she had to basically sell her
Breeding
clone,
farm.
use of her clone at the cloning center. So the thing was, she signed up right away, thinking, "Yeah, sure, I'll be famous, famous." Well, the thing is, they wanted to use her every night. Old men and stuff, old men and clones on her, and real people on her clones too. So she doesn't have dreams anymore. Oh, they make songs and stuff about this all the time about stuck in
Alright,
the
I already
trains,
need
and
more fiber.
Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street is
I'm gonna
based on
get
this.
some fiber going at
Avatar
the
is
other
based on
base
this too.
too.
Um, they do it all the time, communicate this way. But the thing is, cloning is a flawed technology this way because your mind isn't the same. You're more. It's kind of like
Alright,
you
a
know
couple of guys fell off the
how.
mountain,
Did
it
you ever
looks
see
like.
Pet Cemetery by Stephen King, the movie,
Yeah.
where they bury it and they come back whack? Well, they're almost as bad as that. And this is only one aspect of
I'm
what they do.
replacing everyone with the smallest pals
This is
possible.
the biggest
Once I get
expose
done with
on the Illuminati guys
the
ever. What
catching the
they do,
last four or five I don't
secret,
have.
right?
There's actually a
Because the
surprise waiting
thing
in this
being, how
egg,
I
but
know
I'm not
is
gonna hatch it
because
until the breeding farm's
I
done
acted
and I
very
can do my
loyal to
boss
them
run. Cause I'm
when
only
in my
like 6 or 7
right?
pals away from like a full pal
Uh,
deck.
well, the thing was, if you don't act compliant there, they will beat the hell out of your clone, and it hurts just like real life, right? Like this, and they can turn it up to the pain threshold on a remote control. They have everything down, and people are scared to talk about this because of the lizard aspect and the fact they can just keep cloning you and torturing you and torturing you and torturing you. New body, new body, new body, because they make multiples of people. Some people are grown in the tank with deformities, and they just scrap those ones, throw them in the chipper. But the other ones, they keep them for backup bodies until they wear out the first one. Sex-wise, I'm not trying to be vulgar or anything, but they
Need
do a lot of
wood.
vulgar stuff there.
I need
Um,
wood, guys.
they can also, if they apply a constant electronic current to your clone, you will have an aneurysm. If you're younger, it'll take a little bit longer with the electric current, but um, you will have an aneurysm. And that's what happened to Tila Tequila. She doesn't want to say that though. The thing is, Tila Tequila was threatened not to talk about it. She was helping me for a minute. Are you familiar with Tila Tequila?
I've had her on the show, and in fact, I was just discussing her this morning with
I tell you,
James
I
Wright,
wish
who's
resources were
exposing the
shared.
Freemasons, and he said that he wanted to meet up with her and compare war stories and stuff like that. So I just introduced them this morning, as it turns out.
Well, Tila has a clone running at the clone center, and she has to. Well, she pretty much sold it out for her shot at love thing. She doesn't want me to discuss the nefarious deeds that she's done at the cloning station, including to me. And well, and I'm not really going to because that's her business and all right. But well, I might discuss the stuff she did to me at a later date, a different show or something. It doesn't really matter right now. I'm trying to stick to the important stuff. But she's there. She's making like hinty little posts about her. She bounces to the fifth dimension. She used to think it was the fifth dimension. Should they tell people this,
Alright, I want to
right?
build a
Because
little
you open up
house
their
with
eyes
some
there.
pal beds in it.
Where the hell am
Right
I? And
here.
look at your hands. You're like, did you guys kidnap me? That's what most people say. Am I kidnapped or something? How did I get here? Some people are drugged, so they think that it's a dream, or
Maybe
they're
over
in the
here. There's a nice big empty spot. I could build a
astral realm.
house with pal
That's what they
beds in
tell
it.
people, right? The spirit realm depends on who you are, where you're from. That's what they tell you,
No, I could use
and
that
people
area
just
for
believe it because it's like
plantations. We'll build the pal
real, right?
house over here.
Slap them in the face, it hurts, and you don't wake up, so it's not a dream, and
Alright, good job.
man, it's not good. So anyway, I wanted to not attend these clone gatherings, and they were like, "We'll bring you here if we want to." I was like, "All right, well, I'll tell all on you." And I'm doing it on my Facebook page. I don't have the link up here, but you're on my Facebook page somewhere, I
I saw
think.
somebody else
So
who put
I don't know
incubators
if
in
you have the link to show people or not, but yeah, I'm telling all about them, what they do there, and there's other stuff. Now, they have these clone parties, okay? That's, oh, and also they get, I'll just tell you flat out, because they showed me, they call it the catalog. They get the school pictures from schools all over North America, and they look at the cutest ones, and they get the medical stuff from them and clone them and use them for sex slaves. Uh, not without the parents' permission, and it
Is it
doesn't
the
really
tree in
matter
the
if they
way?
had permission or not, right? But this is what they do. I'm just telling you the severity of what they do there, right? Like, trust me, I am not a crackpot. Like, and I don't get anything from this. I'm not writing a book or looking to write a book. I'm looking to crush these people. But
Alright.
the problem
These
is we're the
trees might
richest
have
and
to
most
go.
powerful people in the world, and I'm just one person, right? So,
You said
oh, and all.
You said that they've got a facility. Do you know where that facility is? Is there an address or a
Yes,
building?
I guess I could build it between these
yes.
two trees.
Well, they're in deep bases, right? Like this Dulce or Dulce base. It has an entire floor devoted to cloning. Okay. Now it also has another floor devoted to gene splicing. You should see some of the stuff I've seen. Beaver, rats, and all kinds of stuff. They're trying to make weapons for war, and they showed me everything. They thought I was loyal. They started showing me everything. They totally thought I was loyal. Like, oh, my ex family will not speak to me now. Uh, I said, I'm gonna expose this. You guys are gonna help me. And they said, we're not gonna help you. We'll get killed right along with you. And I said, well, I'm gonna do it alone. And they said, don't ask us for help. I said, I'm sending people to you with lie detector tests. Lie on it. Go to jail. And then they're looking around as clones saying, we don't want
I
to
wonder
lie
why it
on
won't
lie
let me
detector
build right
tests,
here.
right? I said, well, I'm welcoming all lie detector tests, and we're going to line it up. Or we're going to line it up, these lie detector tests, and it's going to get, everything's going to get proven.
So
Now, the thing is,
have you taken a lie detector test yet?
Is it these
not
trees?
yet, no. I haven't had one available. But the thing is, it's so widespread.
I know this is exciting to watch
Corruption
me
stuff.
fail to build a
It's
house
even
over and
bigger
over
than what
again.
you truthers think that it is. It's they have police and doctors and everything there loyal so that they can have clone sex with like a Britney Spears or an Angelica Jolie or something, and while they're sleeping, because they're like, what are we doing when we're sleeping? It's a big waste of time. We can go there and have lots of fun. So, but it's a
Alright, he's
terrible,
logging. Good.
diabolical, nefarious place. I've seen all kinds of stuff. Oh, the Picton murders up in Canada, where with that guy that killed all the hookers. That was set up by them. They videotaped all the murders. They
Can he
used to clone
transport his own
Picton
wood or
into the
no?
place and had him running around talking to him, and he felt like he was like a celebrity, right? Anyway, he used to smash them with a ball peen hammer. Now, I'll tell you who was there, and this is how I know everything, okay? When I was 5, they brought me there to be used as what they call a diddle kid, okay? But all I'd do was cry and stuff. So they said, do you have any other kind of use? Do you sing or dance or something? So anyway, when I was 5, to keep them off me, I started singing like original songs there, just right out of the blue. Turns out the first one, people liked it, and they had a famous person use it, and then they came back for more, and I made more, and other people came back wanting to hear more. It was just a kid that was making these songs, right, for free, because they never paid me. Nobody knew, right? Totally foolproof. So anyway,
Yeah, these
lots
trees
of
may have to
people,
go.
famous, high-profile people went there. I'm kind of apprehensive to say even, well, the people that know me know who I'm talking about, but they're the highest profile people go to these cloning centers, and they wanted to see this kid that was making these songs. Well, Tila Tequila started to come out and talk about them. She went on her radio blog shows, he said, in the cloning centers and the things you guys do to children. But the thing is, well, they told her at the cloning center not to do it, not to help me, because they're trying to play me off as a joke that people will spoof it or make fun and say, oh, they're cloning people. They don't have that technology yet. Well, they really do. I'll tell you right now all about it. You won't hear this from anybody else because they're all scared of dying, but they're not going to kill me because I'll tell you why later, and it's crazy. It's ridiculous. She goes on her a video somewhere and says, somebody help me. They're blasphemy is the
Yo, this is
fifth
killing me.
dimension
Why can't I
somehow,
place these
and
fucking walls?
Queen Elizabeth is there, and she eats people. No, she said the Queen of England is there, and
Yo,
she
monkey,
eats
they were
people.
loud in my ear.
And
Blah, blah.
there's lizards there. No, she said demons. Well, some people call them demons. They call themselves demons too.
I'm gonna go
Well,
get an axe, bro.
then there's demons there, and they listen to her. Well, nobody listened to her, and they gave her aneurysm there. Well, the thing is, they
I'm
could
gonna
have
grab
made
an
her die
axe so
if
I
they
can
wanted
build
to.
it where I wanted to build it over
They
here.
just keep the electricity to the clone. They could do it to me like at any time. But I told too many people, and they're all waiting to see if I have an aneurysm now or a heart attack, which it can happen to you. They've done this to so many people. It's remote controlled execution, like assassination, that's undetectable, right? As long as they have a clone of you, they can kill you like a bang. And they killed Bernie Mac this way with an aneurysm. Um, It's not good. Uh, they don't only have to do the electricity. If they keep a constant pain on the clone, like hard enough, like it'll kill you. But intermittent pain will mess up your heart bad.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
need
they've
a
done to me. They
refined
tortured
axe
me
to
there,
do
like
this.
a
Or a
torture spectacle,
metal
right?
axe.
If you look, I should have had it on my miniature tablet here. I forgot to.
Make me an
My
axe.
Facebook profile picture. Okay, just look at it, and
Who else can
you're gonna say,
log?
okay, something weird is happening here.
Got any
I'm
level 3
on a
loggers?
Megadeth album cover, all cut up. It's like a picture of a clone of me, all messed up with a skeleton coming out of my chest and Megadeth up at the top. Well, anyway, it's a close up of my face, and
Verdash is level 2. I'm pretty sure
people look at
Bushi
that and
is
they
a
say,
level 3
okay, now I
logger,
got
but
to
I
look
only have
into
one,
this.
and it's
And
already working here.
trust me, I'm telling you the biggest secrets of the
Holy
Illuminati.
cow, it is your face.
Yeah, it is kind of, yeah. Not kind of at all. It is me. I was asking, well, I'll just tell you, Queen Elizabeth got really interested in this magic kid that could make these songs out of thin air. So she had me serenading her because she thinks she's really special. She's pretty insane, by the way,
Alright,
by
it looks
5
like some
different ways.
people
She rules
fell
this
off the
cloning
base
station, basically.
again.
Her and Vladimir
Who was
Putin.
it? Petalia,
All of them are there. Muammar
Azeroth,
Gaddafi was there.
and
He's not actually
Blazamut.
dead, by the way. That was a clone of him that died.
Azeroth,
And all the people
and
around him
where's
jostling the camera,
Blazamut?
the video,
There it is.
the phone video, they were all in on it. He's not dead. That was a clone that they killed. That's why they buried his body in a remote location.
Let's get
Nobody
him
will ever find it. 'Cause
fed.
it's a clone, and the cells are different and stuff. I guess like these, they're grown in
Milk
5
and
months
eggs about
in
to spoil.
a big glass tank full of like salty water, and just takes 5 months. And it's no cost at all. It's basically
We need some baked
maintenance.
berries
You just
made.
got to get tissue from him.
Stat.
Now, Britney Spears
Somebody
put in her
cooked
video.
200 baked berries
She
for
said
me.
a fantasy of hers was to blow up a cloning
Gavin,
station
you're
so they
bumping my
couldn't
arm,
make any
Bubba.
more hers, right? So
Did
for
your
the
pizza good?
video called "Break the Ice," she made a
Tell me, was your
Japanimation
pizza
video
good?
of her breaking into a cloning station and breaking the clone tubes, and they look just like that, right? And 2 on 2, like one on top of each other. They have
I don't know why
warehouses
I did that.
underground with them growing people, right? And oh man, it's very heavy. There's another aspect to this. It's the lizard part. Now,
No.
I'll tell you the straight skinny
Alright,
on the lizards.
these 3 were
Okay?
starving.
Now I have to tell you about Tila now. Tila first because
Yo,
well,
you
she
gotta
was
stop
on my
bumping my
wall,
arm, dude. You're killing
and
me.
I was like, "You're gonna help me with this," and then she goes on radio. The cloning center's terrible. What you do with the people there, and people don't want to go there. And
Resetting the
and then
timers
after
on
that,
everything.
changed because that
Berries,
night when she
wheat,
went to sleep,
this.
won't say Freddy got her, but
Pull this
pretty much
out.
the world leaders put the scare of death into her, and a whole bunch of lizards did too, because they know that I want all the lizards dead, and all of the, now I'll just say it flat out, all of the lizard parasited hosts as well. Now I have to put this eloquently because they said that this is the end of the world event. This is the big bomb that could send the world into panic and loss of order and what the end of the world 2012 and everything is all about. Well, it's about lizards and cloning. And I'll tell you all about it right now. Something has to be done. These people are like over corrupt. I don't know if there's a word for it in the English language. They bring people to the cloning station and enslave them and have
Right, where's
the
my
option
cooler at?
of allowing them to remember the memory. If they leave you if they leave you memory repressed, it will give you symptoms in real life, and you'll just think that you're sick. You won't know. It depends on what they do to you as a clone. If they're torturing you, you'll get badly sick. You'll get heart damage. Like my heart's messed up, and I'm only 37.
Okay, Bushi's
Just
got
turned
a 3 in
37.
logging.
And
So he's
yeah,
coming with me.
strap you to a rack and freaking slice you and everything, and people sit around in a crowd watching you in this big, well, not big, it's a stadium, and it
Verdash
has
can
a
build.
hockey boarded ring, but
And then I'll
it's
take
smaller
my
than a
mounts,
normal
Ragnahawk, and
hockey
nope,
rink.
not
And
here.
the celebrities
Here.
and
And where's
kings and
my...
queens from weird countries
I think I have the
are all there,
Polaris.
sitting in the stands watching this weird faces of death scenario thing. Made people sword fight. They made me sword fight there. I got all chopped up as a clone.
I think I
And
have
the
the
thing is, they can
Polaris.
have multiple clones of you, right? Now, they got chips in these clones too, so they turn you into the next clone, like within a matter
Saddle,
of
if I'm not mistaken, I do
like
have the
30
Polaris
seconds.
saddle.
Like deactivate one clone and can go over to this one
Alright, let
and
me get rid
click
of
it
my
on.
old
And
axe.
I've experienced it. It's
Oh, I'm not carrying an
everything goes
axe. That's
black.
cool.
You don't have dreams anymore. Some of the
There's
celebrities
the
make
Polaris
songs.
saddle. Alright,
I've
we're
made songs
good.
for them there about not having dreams anymore and your dreams are lost and blah blah blah. Your heart this, heart that. Like I made a lot of songs there. Um,
Can I
it's a big
ask, Donald, how do you know that you're the real you?
Ooh, good question.
scars and
The
clones. Well,
scars
these duplication clones
remind
can't
me.
walk around in public without what they call a handler. They uh,
You take
they
care of
have to be
that
babysat
tree,
so
I'll
that they
take
don't
care of
bite
this
someone in the
tree.
face or start a fire in a house or they're like
Where's my axe
they
at?
they go with the first impulse.
You know what this
I don't know.
reminds me of? It reminds me of the episode of Family Guy where
Oh, I already
Stewie
got it.
clones himself, but he doesn't do the cloning job right, and he creates what's known
My
as Bitch
clone's
Stewie,
kinda
who's really
bad.
retarded kind of thing. Is that sort of what we're talking
Uh,
about here?
it could be they make that cartoon. They make The Simpsons. They make all the movies and stuff. They made the Avatar movie. Um, they own Hollywood, right? So and they get their ideas. They all discuss stuff
My
at the
clone's
cloning
kinda
station.
messed
Like, oh
up.
my, it gets pretty boring there, because
Yo, these come
first,
down
once they do the
quick.
sex, and then they do death stuff to themselves because they can turn. Somehow they
Alright,
have
come back
tech
for
to
now. I
make
don't
the
know if I
clone
want
not
every
feel
tree
any pain at
gone.
all. They said it's something to do with how a person becomes a quadriplegic. Just the first second before they're quadriplegic, they can't feel any pain stabbing in the thigh or anything, just like a quadriplegic can. Well, but they can still move around and stuff. They've done it to me. It feels weird. Like they let me stab myself in the forearm and go yick, 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 right up the arm and didn't feel anything, and it's bleeding and stuff. It's pretty gross and all kinds of stuff there. There's nothing to do
Alright,
there
I've
that
now
once you do
decided
all the
this is
stuff
where I want
and
the
the novelty
house.
wears off. But then you're not allowed to leave. If you want to leave, well, they only keep you if you're a use for something. Well, good looking for sex or something, or have some kind of talent or something. And if you try to talk, you say, oh, they say people that think they're in the fifth dimension or the astral plane or something, they'll go to the police and say, the world leaders are taking me to the fifth dimension or the astral plane and victimizing me, torturing me, like Chris Benoit as well. They killed him. Well, he killed himself, but the thing was, they were torturing the hell out of him. Like
You gotta work harder,
Insane Clown
man.
Posse had a
I'm
song made
embarrassing you with my
about
tree
him,
game.
and I actually did the lyrics for the song. Um, they made me do it because I
If I
didn't
have a
want to.
level
'Cause I
4
liked
logger that I'm
Chris
not
Benoit.
thinking about, like,
Thing was, they
forgive me, I
had
just
his
don't
wife
know
and
who
his
it
kid there, and
is.
they started hurting them too. Well, they're
Alright,
not
come back.
shape-shifting. The thing is, I'm going to tell you what the shape-shift is, and it's really creepy. And this is the thing that they said that could wipe the world. People panicking with the riots and stuff, because the cloning thing, people cloning people's kids, messing them up in the brain is bad enough. Remotely killing people who they don't like, which might happen to me. You never know. Um, thing is, the lizards. Okay, lizards been around a long time, like since before ancient Egypt and everything. And the symbol, you know that the eye of Horus with the squiggly hanging out of it,
Yeah.
that has to do with lizards. It's a lizard symbol. It means two things. It's a pro lizard symbol, and it also means beware. There's lizards here. Okay, there's three different kinds of lizards. I'll tell you all about them. They're called vril. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's one L or two.
Yo, this part is where it gets really crazy. Like imagining these little reptilian parasites they put inside your eye that take over your body. I watched this years ago, but I think that's what he's gonna say.
At the end. It's Vril, Vrill or Vril. Germans were into them. They had a club with Vril things. Anyway, there's like a 1 to 1.5 foot tall one. That's the Vril type 1. Um, it's got scales, red scales. There's a type 2 that is not parasitic, but it's still vicious, nasty, carnivorous. They're all carnivorous. And there's a type 3 that's 8 feet tall that has a real long neck and looks like a gray alien, but it comes from deep, deep, deep underground. Like I mean, like below deep base deep. Like they need a methane oxygen mix to breathe, and deep underground they got sulfur pools, I guess, that make this stuff. Anyway, they come up underneath the bases. The government is complicit with them, basically. Now, now I have to
I'm
tell you about
trying
the
to
parasitic
think if I need
aspect
it
of the
wider than
lizard
two
and why the
foundations. I don't think
Illuminati
so.
and the governments use them.
I
Okay,
just
I'm
need
saying this
like
in a
8 beds in
nutshell
here.
because it's very important. I want to get it all out on your show. Nobody's going to say
Eight
this
or
for
nine
fear of clone
beds.
torture, remote
If it
controlled
needs to be
death,
bigger,
or
I'll make
death
it
by
bigger.
lizards 1,000 times until you die by a heart attack or
But if I
something.
make it bigger than 2 by 2, I
Um,
can't do a vaulted
but
roof,
I
which is what I
figured
want to
I have
do.
to tell people because, well, they're getting me there anyway. Like, they eased up lately, asking me not to talk about it anymore, but I'm just going to. Uh, well, the lizards have a thing, okay? They have what's called a proboscis. There's lizards out there today that have a
Give it to
proboscis
Mama,
on their
she'll charge
face,
it.
okay? These things got it in the middle of their head, okay? And on the top of their head, this is the real type 1 and 2. The type 2 have a proboscis sheath that comes out, it sticks out. The type 1s, for instance, it's like a a chocolate chip, it looks like, basically the tip of it. Now, at one point in these things' lives, because they have a long lifespan, the lizard species, one point in their life, they can slowly wiggle this thing out, eject it, and it goes into somebody's eyeball, okay, another animal. Now, it wiggles in by the sense of taste. They described this to me so,
Sounds
like, when I was like
disgusting.
18 years old there, and told me about it different times throughout the years of going there. They can bring you there every single night if they want to, and they did bring me there every night. They laughed at me when I said I was going to tell the world about this. They said, nobody's ever going to believe me. You won't put it together in a eloquent way. People will think that technology isn't that advanced yet with cloning because they just clone the sheep, right? No. They've been cloning people a long time this way. Uh, thing is,
Roof.
the lizard, okay, the thing squiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of
Okay, I
butterscotch,
do not understand
and
how
then it
roofs
does a
work.
feeling like holding your breath and going, pushing outwards. And at the tip of this chocolate chip, it then starts they call sweating the quill. Now, the, the spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, out of the chocolate chip thingy, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead. The little lizard thing is dead, and it can't go back in. Can't get back in. It's one way. Uh, Once it excretes this stuff, sweats this quill thing, the person's debilitated for an unknown amount of time. I don't know how long. But when they come back, they have to have some recovery time. But when they come back, they are not the person anymore. They are then the lizard. Let me put this to you flatly.
You want this?
The
Here, I'll give
whole
it to you.
person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated,
Alright, screw
and
the
the
roof.
lizard is smarter as a human then, and totally controls everything. Over time, it'll develop a rash. It'll lose its hair. Um, Thing is, these things are all over the place, and they mimic human behavior. In fact, one of their names in the past is mimic. A lot of the people that you hear about in the news that are getting people and chopping them up in the basement and eating them and stuff, frying them up, these are what they call drones. They're
Alright,
parasited hosts
fluffy
of the
pal
lizards.
bed.
They like to
Requires
make them.
what?
The only thing a drone wants to do is make more,
Nails and cloth.
have
Regular
sex,
pal beds.
and
Just fiber.
torture someone. Like, uh, it's it's a different kind of mentality. It's hard to explain. When they at the cloning station, when they victimize someone, it
Pal
gives them
bed.
a powerful feeling, and it's the nerdy way. That nerdy aspect of it. I've got something over someone. But they do that to the extreme. Oh,
Fluffy
and
pal
alien
bed.
abductions. Let me tell you something. They videotape alien abductions. They set up alien abductions with Hollywood makeup and stuff. Like, not all of them. I can't say all of them. Some of them might be real for all I know. But I've seen the set. It's a really crappy looking saucer. You just walk up a ramp into it. They never see the outside of it. But they clone people, right? And then activate them when they're on the slab strapped down. Now someone goes in with a
Middle bed
gray mask
first.
with, and the mask is made of chicken skin, okay? Just to give it that aspect of realism, um, dyed gray chicken skin, so it'll look real. And does it look real? Stretched over a mask, right? And they have the mask on. They go in and have sex with the people, and they videotape it and the people's faces to see their reactions and stuff. It's the government and celebrities doing this to people because I'll tell you why how the celebrities got into it. Back in the past, it was a political thing. They bring all the leaders of the countries in together, and they can all chat about stuff and enjoy this, sacrilegious, forbidden place, this cloning thing, and do whatever they can't do in real life. Well, they got real bored with each other because most of them are fat and ugly and bald and stuff. So they started bringing celebrities there. This is why JFK died, by the way, and Marilyn Monroe. JFK was going to talk about it, the cloning station. He didn't want to go. She didn't want to go. They had her there too. They said, "We'll torture you at the cloning station if you talk about it." Anyway, um, yeah, that's like a big thing. That's why he died. Like,
Alright, the cooking pot and cooler can
man.
go
So,
over
anyways,
here
it's not
against
the
the
fifth dimension.
wall.
It's just the cloning station, and cloning station has your clone pre-injected with drugs. Um, yeah, the lizard thing. They just totally take them over. They they do it a lot. It used to be, it's a Luciferian thing. They said that these lizards were the sons of Satan or whatever, Lucifer, whatever. They're not though. They're just a species of lizard that survived the extinction of the dinosaurs by being way, way underground. Um, I'll just tell you, I know it sounds retarded.
Yo, this is
The damn
wild.
things can talk, okay? But they don't have a tongue. I'll tell you about their mouths. It takes a while. Basically, they have a blood spike, okay? This is what they call a chupacabra, too. They come up from underground different spots all over the world, right? Like worms out of a rotten apple, different spots, and then they infiltrate the society there. But the drones today have erased, well, of 100 years ago, erased any existence of these real lizards from like Egyptian carvings on walls. They would smash them, right? Or books that had anything in them about them, they would burn them because drones don't want to get found out and sent off and killed. Like, this is what I thought FEMA camps were for, rounding up drones, because they've been talking about it at the cloning center. This is where they discuss all political, worldly affairs. And they let me sit in, fly on the wall, because they figure nobody's going to ever believe me that they can clone anybody in. Everybody there is bored of it, the whole technology. It
I'm gonna
lost the
need more
novelty like
seeds.
10 years ago, right? So they go
I
there
want
and they talk to Brad Pitt.
two of each
And let me tell you, all the
plantations.
celebrities, because they bring them there and they tell them, look, you're here, you're going to hang with us. If you don't want to, well, if they cry and make a fuss like Lauryn Hill from the Fugees, make a song about I Get Out and stuff, they let her not go to the cloning station. They don't activate her, let her have normal dreams. But other people, they really grill them to stay. And they say, if you ever talk about it, you're going to die. They made but the reason Britney Spears went pop. Do you want to know? Right now? Well, Britney Spears went whack because she watched too many murder videos at the cloning station. Okay, the cloning station is like a small sports venue, like a dog and pony show, right? It's got stands, seat about 400, 450, but there's different cloning stations and
Okay,
different
who's
deep
hungry?
underground bases. But all the celebrities go to an above ground one in a wildlife preserve somewhere, and it's just like an oval sports venue with underground stuff where they grow them and store them on racks 5 high, like bunk beds 5 high, stainless steel. So
Alright,
they
so
go there and
take
sit around
one
and
berry
do
seed. I
crazy
need.
stuff,
You know
and
what? Let me just
they
take half
bring
of
me there
them.
like they were bringing me there every night. Like I'll just tell you, it
Half
was
of the
like a
wheat seeds
victimization joke.
and half of the
Like
berry seeds.
they would torture me basically in many different ways to come up with a song, some kind of a song for someone, some kind of genre of music, anything. For a while there, they wouldn't stab me or anything. Well, in the clone, like I don't have scars on me. It's on the clones at this place, but they usually scrap the body same night
I
anyway
know you can
because it's so
stack these, but
stabbed
that
up.
doesn't look
Been
good.
through a lot there,
I
and that's another reason why I want
like
to
to build
expose
somewhat
these things.
aesthetically.
Oh, and also how the lizards kill people, right? I've witnessed the head wiggy thing go into the eye. They showed me. Um, the thing is, the Illuminati are basically using me, okay, to expose these lizards in an eloquent way because none of them want to be the first person out so that they'll die. Like Bernie Mac he tried to start a mutiny there, saying we can't have this. We all got to shut this place down. This place is the devil, he said, and they tortured the shit out of him. Oh, anyway, so back to the lizards. The three different kinds. The third kind is the smartest, the biggest, and the strongest, and everything, and they pretty much lord over the other two. There's different
Okay, the
regions
silo and
though.
the mill can go
They
over here.
cannibalize on each other underground. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth is really in with these things. Okay, her family has been for a long time. Now these bloodlines, all that they are super
Silo in the
inbred.
corner,
Okay,
mill right in
what
here.
the edicts of Lucifer, like my family are down with this stuff. That's
I'll
why
put
I
a
don't
feed
talk to them
box on
anymore.
this little pile.
Inbreeding makes you strong. Pedophilia keeps you young, and helping lizards gives you good luck or something from the devil and stuff. They used to do this thing, kill your firstborn son, and it gives you fortune in life or something, and it's pretty sick. So, anyways, yeah, all that stuff is not true, and they know it. They just keep it going for like some stupid club, like the Devil Club. Ooh, we're cool, we're evil. It's just they're a bunch of basically it's a bunch of really rich, fat, old people. They can't get laid, so they enslave people there to perv on them, right? Drug them, make them
Is
compliant,
that a good
through
spot?
fear or drugs, and use them because they'd have a hard time even paying a
That looks good
prostitute,
to me.
really. Like, you ever see Kissinger?
As Kissinger said, power is the ultimate aphrodisiac.
Let's see if we can get a
Yeah, he's there.
mill. Alright, we need flame
Met him as
organs,
clones. I met
charcoal,
a
an
bunch of them as
ingot
clones. They all wanted
for
to meet the guy that made
this. No,
all
it's a
these
heater, not
songs, and I don't even
about the
want to talk
silo.
about the songs thing.
Silo
Some people have
is
said, "Oh, you just want to be known for making all these songs and stuff," and really, I just want to shut these
easy.
people down because everyone else. There's a bunch of celebrities there, and they're scared. Like Whitney Houston, they killed Whitney Houston with an aneurysm just recently. Like, and then all the celebrities there said, "Okay, we're not going to have any more of us get killed this way." Uh, what happened with her? She wanted to leave show business entirely. Didn't want to sing anymore. No concerts. Didn't want to be on TV, and didn't want to attend the cloning station to be used as a sex slave. But in the beginning of her career, she basically sold her soul. That's what they all talk about: selling your soul to the Illuminati. You're selling your clone to be used by old freaks at the cloning center or for an aspect slave. Um, Yeah, they do that. You know how they cover up their one eye?
Oh yeah,
That means that means two things. That means watch out you don't get the lizard that stick the thing in the eye, or like well, it means a couple different things to different people. It means like don't you only half see things, and I always figured it was the lizard in the eye thing because I
I've
got
seen
introduced.
I've seen so many artists in pictures of them doing the triangle around the eye sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
Like you do your thumbs and your index fingers together, and just look through and put your hands together and just look through them like that.
Ice organ
And the
ingot
fingers sort
for
of
a
look like sun
cooler.
rays coming out, sort of thing. I've seen so many artists
yep.
do that.
Fire
Well,
organ
the thing with
ingot
the pyramid
for
in the eye
a
thing
cooking pot.
is the whole symbol is a joke. It's once you know what the pyramid is for, then you know, and you're pretty much Illuminati. But I'm going to break that whole thing right now. I'm going to ruin it. Um, you got to look on my page and look at the schematics for the pyramid. I explain what it's for. It was basically a
Ice
vril trap.
organ, we'll take
It's
like
a
half of
giant
them.
cockroach trap for vrils.
Flame organ,
Okay,
half of them.
these little vents that went in, they were at an
Ingot,
angle. They
take
were lined
half.
with smooth limestone, and anything that went in
Leave the
didn't come
raw
out because these crab
ore.
nasty's claws. Well, that's why I call them crab nasty's, the drills. I've been calling them that my whole life. So these people, you heard about the celebrities selling their souls to the place. So that's what they're doing. They're selling themselves to be used
Let's
as
get
clones
another
at the clone center.
staircase.
Now the thing is, after a while, they have kids, and they want to bring their kids there too to induct them into the family, right? They just want to perv on them, and they're all too scared to say no, and they do bring their kids there and mess them all up, to keep them memory repressed and just mess with them, and then they do all kinds of stuff with
Let's do
different technologies that they have there. Like I'm trying to, like I know about a bunch of different technologies they have, and I wanted to tell everyone about it, but not enough time on your show to tell about all of it, so I'm trying to tell about the most important things: the cloning lizards. Oh, and the head chips. I didn't tell you about the head chips, but to the grills, the three different types. The small ones they use to drone people, to host people, because the proboscis on young
The
lizard
incubators are going to
uh,
go inside the
type
breeding
ones,
pen.
they're small enough
I need
to go
sieve
into an
parts
eye
and
and not
cloth.
ruin the eye, right? Because they're supposed to do this to animals with bigger eyeballs, probably freaking dinosaurs.
Cooking pot.
So these lizards, it squiggles in, the thing takes over, total domination, right? Old person dies, and it becomes a totally compliant slave, basically. Uh, does whatever the people want it to do because it's just happy to live life as a human being now, right? It's totally coherent, and
I might
it
move
knows
that
that its
feed
life is
box
dependent
closer
on
to
it
the PAL
mimicking human
box.
behavior, so it does really well. Uh, Even with other animals, it's smart enough to instinctually mimic the animal's behavior, right? It incorporates that animal's brain to, I don't know, it just takes over in the worst way. It's a parasitic lizard. It's nasty. Now, the head chip thing, man,
Is
I
there
know
any
this is a lot.
particular
Like, I
workbench I
had to
think I'm going to
explain
need
about
here?
all this stuff, my total disclosure and phases, because I didn't want to lump it all out in at one time for people, because it's
What,
way
you're
hard.
afraid they'd think you were crazy? I mean, it doesn't
I
matter,
just
man. I
need
mean, like,
nails.
as far as most people are concerned, you know, as soon as you opened your mouth, it's insanity. Whereas, I don't like to judge people like that after the first word that they say. I like to hear them
Yeah,
out. Okay.
yeah. Well, okay, a bunch of billionaires were scared about dying. They said they were so rich they can make people die, they can start wars, they can do anything in the material world, but once they die, they can't even take it with them. They're just dead, right? So a bunch of billionaires got together and said, we don't want to die. We want to figure out how to live
Just to
again
make
as
the
clones,
nails, just
right?
to make like
Um,
nails, cloth,
Thing
and
is,
stuff I might
they,
need here
the clone
without
is
running
just like a
home.
negative copy of the person, though. So it's not even like the person living. It's a flawed copy.
Like a
So the
ghost.
thing is, what they do, they devised a way. I don't know how. The thing used to be as big as a circuit board, like that was not an Illuminati symbol, by the way. It's like a
About the
square.
size of
Okay.
a fist, right?
Yeah, they tested this on a Chinese farmer. They showed me the video clips. Had it sticking out the guy's head and everything. Didn't compensate him, just sent him back home and said they had to do something to him. They whittled it down so
I
that
don't
the
have any
microchip
regular
is
cloth,
supposedly the size of like a
as far as I can tell.
just a bit bigger than an apple seed, right? And it can it can totally, and it's a flawed
Alright, let's
copy
get
as
some
well,
cloth
but
going.
not as flawed. It can totally hold your mental stuff, right? Everything that you are, basically. But they need babysitters because they go pretty whack sometimes. They're missing some stuff. It's flawed. But the thing is, just like those lizards do with the eyeball thing and squiggling into the head, rich people can put their stuff on a microchip and set this into somebody's head and basically body snatch them that way as well. And they keep it secret because, of course, everyone. Oh, they can do it to clones too, but there's more side effects if you put it into a clone's brain. So they basically body snatch people with chips in the head. And the lizard
That's
thing,
wild.
I they tried to convince me that, and others, that it was a worldwide takeover thing, that they had already taken over so much that all was lost. You better just go along with it. But that's not true. They're a very, very small part of the population, like under 5% or something. But they drone people like beautiful women, and then have the drones marry these men, that whoever wants this woman, and they don't care that it's a lizard consciousness. Uh, they just do it, and it's still murdering the other person though. But and it's pretty sick. So I had to tell the world, and yeah, I'm expecting to be killed. Really.
Well, hold on.
That
Can
happened.
I just get clarification on something? Because you said that they can't kill you or they won't kill you or something like that
Yeah.
before,
Okay.
but now you're saying they probably will. I don't see the connection there.
Okay, I'll get to that part. That's the part that, even with the crazy sounding stuff that I've told you already, this is another crazy aspect of it. Okay, the thing is, with
Yeah, we're gonna need
all
a
the
bigger
songs that I
box.
made at this place, and they were bringing me back every single night and saying, sing a song or we're going to torture you. Next night, sing a song, we're going to torture you. Sometimes I couldn't think of anything and they would just like stab me and watch me bleed there. And now
So I
they're
need
all
100
watching like it's
ingot for a
a
shipping
bizarre faces of
container,
death thing.
and then just
And
storage will
different
not be an
people want to
issue.
know what it's like to stab someone, so they send them out to stab me while I'm on drugs so I won't hit them or something. It's like that. It's very sick. And, well, I have to tell you, Queen Elizabeth is there. Uh, Stephen Harper,
How
Canadian
much
Prime
ingot did I
Minister.
bring with me?
Obama is there. Vladimir Putin is
80?
there.
Just
The
need 20
Pope is
more.
even there. All kinds of heads of different factions of different things. The head of the Mexican drug cartel is there. Mafia in Italy is there. Man,
Let's
everybody is
get
there.
it.
It's like the rich guy's crazy club that'll never get caught. And you have to be real privileged to go there. Well, I don't want to go there. And I'm not privileged there. I'm pretty low on the totem pole there, actually, probably the lowest. So anyway, they all threatened me never to talk about it, and along as I've been divulging this stuff on Facebook, they've been bringing me there and threatening me
I'm
and
just gonna
stuff, and
plop a
then
shipping container right here.
asking me not to mention them specifically, what they've done there and stuff, and panicking really, and trying to deter me with stabbing my clones there, burning the clones and everything. And I'm telling you, it's like real. It's clear as day. It's not like having a dream unless they drug you. If you're there, you're totally coherent, and you can't pinch yourself and wake up or slap yourself, or people would. And I don't know of a way to block this consciousness transfer to the clones. Otherwise, I would, like being in a tinfoil room or something. I don't. I don't know if there is a way to block it. If there is, they haven't told me. But anyway, they're all there, and since I was a kid, they, well, after I started making songs when I was about 5. By the time I was hitting about 8 years old, they were saying, I don't even want to say because it's over the top ridiculous, and I don't want to even endorse this uh, stuff that they say, but they said it was possible that I could be the comeback messiah for the end times to save the world. And I said, no, that's not true. I'm just a guy that's going to expose your lizards and your cloning, and you guys aren't going to bring me here anymore. And they, well, I got all the info when they thought that I was absolutely loyal to them. Okay? For years, I acted loyal to them. I even had to almost give myself Stockholm syndrome to make myself believe that I liked them because my family members were there. So like, my mother was there even. So, uh, and they can give you sodium pentothal truth serum to see into your clone to see if you will talk about them if you're unmemory repressed or unrepressed memory, and you'll be able to remember all the clone stuff. But once you're
Minute and a
unrepressed memory,
half.
you always remember everything. They can't keep your memory away from you then when they
Is
bring you
this
there.
where I want
So they
it?
only unrepress people that are real ironclad loyal. It also makes you smarter as a clone when you are unrepressed memory. So they wanted me to be unrepressed memory so I could think up better lyrics for songs because they've given me adrenaline injections there. Like I've never had that in real life, but they feel really good. They're adrenaline injections, and I've never done cocaine in real life, but they made me do cocaine there so I could do speed rappy stuff, because like Buster Rhymes type of stuff. Just can't do that like just off the bat, but that stuff really
Off
speeds
the
you up.
real.
It actually gave my
Speed
clone a
rappy,
heart attack a
lyrical
couple times.
miracle.
Um,
Lyrical
but yeah,
miracle.
they're all like, we're so powerful, we're never going to get caught doing this. No one's ever going to believe anyone. But that's because everyone else only had half of the story. After years of playing friends with them, they told me everything because they wanted to be really cool with me. They wanted me to like them because I made their favorite song, like the Top Gun theme song. Made that, right? When I'm there. And they're all the politicians want to be cool with me because the celebrities think that I'm amazing and stuff. And they think I'm amazing too, right? Coming up with a song out of thin air like that. I put a bunch of references in songs. Other people have in the past too, like back in the 80s, this band called Heart made this song called Dreams.
I don't like
These
that
dreams go
food
on when I
box
close
floating in
my
the air. I'm gonna have
eyes
to
type.
move that.
And it's talking about the cloning station when you're a clone there. But they tell people that it's the
Alright.
other dimension or astral planes, so that if they ever go to the police, they'll say, "Help, I'm going to the other dimension," and then that's not true, right? They, well, you want us to police another dimension, right? And but it's not the other another dimension or the astral plane. It's just the cloning station, like the Brown something massacre, Brownsville massacre down in Texas somewhere. Well, that was all about them.
Yuck.
The
Looks
children of the
horrible.
fold got murdered. A big religious cult. They all got murdered and chopped
Alright,
up.
let's try
Well, the
again.
fold was the cloning station, and they were going there and getting freaked on by a bunch of elderly
Getting
rich
freaked
perverts.
on.
And
The
then
ripping and
they
the
didn't want
tearing.
to anymore. And they said, "Leave us alone. We have computers. We're going to tell all about the fold." And they went there, killed them all. The Picton stuff was really unsettling, disturbing, because, well, Elizabeth wanted to be real close on hand to me because everybody wanted to look at me, talk to me, and I was like focused on with the spotlight there at this place because I did these songs and different money-making ideas for different people. So she always wanted to be around me to get in on the spotlight. She's like that. She's like a camera hand for all the celebrities that are there. So she was always around me. Now the thing is, she said to strengthen my mind, she wanted me to watch all of the Picton murders. And they had a camera in the corner of the room where he did these murders. The thing was, he would walk a woman, the hooker, over to a painting on the wall, facing that way, and say, "Do you like this painting? My brother painted it for me." Put his arm around the woman, and with his other hand, he'd reach in back of his pants and pull out a ball peen
Okay,
hammer
that looks
and
decent.
smack her right in the back of the head, and that was it. And he used to almost have to give her like 2 or 3 or something. And one time, one of the hookers got him. Tell you
No, it
about some
looks
other
like
time
shit,
something,
and I
but
hate
he
it.
got them all. He said, I asked him one time at the cloning station, because they would bring him there and ask him what it was like and everything, and like he was a celebrity or something. It was weird, like, and they're all trying to act evil like they're vampires or something, and he would talk and stuff, and I asked
Alright,
him,
build it again.
they asked me if I had any questions
Alright,
for
that
him. I
looks
said, why
fine.
ball peen hammer? And he said, well, normal hammer has a claw in it, carpenter's
This
hammer,
is too close to the
and if I
edge.
had to do a second strike, the claw might get hooked on somebody's clothing, one of the girls'
Oops.
clothing, and it might, when on my drawback, it might hook on, then he's ruined because he was just a skinny old man. And yeah, but Elizabeth used to make me watch them. They have 2 big screens at the cloning station over the stands, one on either side, right, so that people can, in the stands, can look both ways. Well, a lot of people can't watch them. A lot of people want to act evil so they'll feel safe there, because the more evil that you are, the more they're going to leave you alone. So there's people, man, they psych themselves into believing that they're evil too, just so that they'll feel safe, because they've seen these lizards and people getting tortured and killed, and they don't want any badness on them, so they try to act even more evil than the other people that are there. But yeah, it's
So
pretty bad.
how does this relate to you being afraid that they're going to kill you, but also saying that they can't?
Well, the thing with the can't, they're saying, they said that, well, a bunch of religious things around the world, including the Vatican, says there, well, not all of the bishops are there, the popes, like cronies, the pope's cronies there, that not all of them are there, but they said that they think that I'm the next comeback Messiah guy. And as I said, I don't endorse these claims, and a bunch of superstitious, super superstitious people said that if I get killed, that it's going to be the end of the world. And they translated that into saying that if I get killed,
Okay,
people
so
are
what
going to
else do we
know that
need? I
all the
actually
stuff I'm
made a
saying is
list.
real
This
and not
is
freak
like
out and
I planned
go
this
any
out before I
faster.
started.
Um,
Pal
but
box, breeding
just trying to put it
pen, beds,
forward in a
food,
calm,
cooler,
concise
cooking,
way. Like,
ranch,
they do
berry
this
wheat
lizard thing a
plantation,
lot, like
silo.
in a
I
lot of
need
different
to
countries.
slap down some
It's not just an
incubators and then I
isolated
can
thing.
move
These
in some
things walk around
pals.
all over the place. There is a way to detect them. You have to detect them with a CT scan
Okay,
or
what does an
MRI.
incubator require?
Well, um, you're gonna have to do
We'll
something
just
about
do
it,
one for
because
now.
the thing is, sometimes these people, they get a pet lizard, one of their very
Cloth.
own. Like Elizabeth's one is called Matilda, and
There's cloth cooking
Kissinger's
at the
one is
other
called
base.
Herbert.
I think I am gonna need a
Herbert,
workbench here.
right? And They occasionally get a hold of a real kid and bring it to the cloning station and feed a kid to one of these lizards. Um, it's like Alf, the show Alf runs around trying to eat cats and stuff. Everybody thinks it's cute. Well, these things, their favorite food is kid, human kid, because it
Okay, I
has
need
less
cloth.
vaccinations in it. Because some
And if I want a
vaccinations, after a certain
workbench
age,
there, what do
will,
I
if
need?
they drain the blood out of a thing, the real lizard will die from the vaccinations, or get real sick, or taste bad, or something to them.
I have everything
Um,
I need.
so
10
they get
nails for
kids.
the
They
workbench. How many
put them in
nails
a
for the
pit with this thing.
incubator?
Sometimes I've seen it there. Um, they
None.
just showed me so much stuff flat out,
So all I gotta do is
thinking
grab
that
this cloth
I'd
and we can
never
do
be
both
able
the
to
workbench and the incubator.
cohesively put it all together to tell people about it in a believable
Thank
fashion,
you.
and that the technology of doing this is too advanced for people to believe. But after seeing all that I've seen, I have to tell as many people as I can, because they they kill people with these lizards, and I don't want to walk around in a world with those parasited human hosts in it.
Let's drop
The
this
thing is,
off.
what people have to do, it's going to have to be a
Oh
military
wait,
thing.
I
Like, the
thought this was
military will
kind of
have to
cool. This is
perform a
overflow
coup,
storage.
because I
Drops
don't
are
know if I'm
turned
going to
up,
get in
so
trouble for
sometimes I'll
saying this,
get
but
like 3
Obama
of
is
the
down with the
same
Vril.
ring
Okay,
or something.
Vladimir Putin, he's down with them.
But
They're all
all my
scared.
technical manuals
Like,
I'm keeping next to the
the
workbench in this
Illuminati thing
little
is a big united
shelf,
thing, but it's united through fear,
like a
basically,
cabinet
right?
for
Because if one
schematics.
person
Is
comes
the
out and
way I'm
says, "Oh,
treating it.
I'm going to tell," that
No
person
box
dies
discipline.
real quick, and then the other people look and go, "Ooh, I don't want to be the next one," right?
All right, let me make sure
But
they're
what
not
they're
just
saying
leaving
about
milk and
me,
eggs in the food
with
thing,
the
and
religious
they
people
are, of
there,
course.
and
These
drones
need to
don't
go in
want
the
to get X'd out
fridge.
either, so they're really harsh on people that talk about them. So they're saying that I'm the next new
Resetting
age
these timers over and
Jesus
over
there.
is
And I'm
annoying.
not
The
endorsing
fridge
this in any way,
only
by the way.
adds
There's
like
people on the internet that say this stuff, and they're not. They're just
179
crazy people.
seconds. What is that like?
And I'm not saying it either, but they all say it, and they said I'm in the
No,
Nostradamus
it's
prophecies and
It's
picture books. They said there's a
179
picture of me in
minutes.
it,
700 on
um,
wheat.
and that I'm going to save the world
I know
from something.
cakes are
And
good as long as they're in the
I'm just going to
storage bin.
inform the world about the parasitical lizards that the government are letting people get droned, and
So the cakes can come with me. I'll put them
sacrificing
in the
people
storage
to
bin and they
gods they don't
won't
even believe in, just so
spoil
it'll be like
next to the breeding
some
pen.
dark evil club that they can all belong to something, right? And it goes back pretty far, like long ways. Uh, yeah, it explains on my wall a lot more. Um, I pretty much said just about everything. I mean, I don't know.
Alright, those are supposed to stay good forever
I
now.
was frantic when I wrote my original letter because I didn't know how to explain everything.
This will
So I
just use
just
as a
stuck to the
Dropbox.
cloning aspect of everything, because if I figured if I put lizards in it as well, people are going to go, whoa, change the channel. But so I pretty much told everybody in phases, just so that people
Oh yeah, I need to
wouldn't have
build
too
an
much to
incubator
wrap their
and a
head around.
workbench.
But it's the most important stuff in the world, like chemtrails and MK Ultra and all that is done by them. And MK Ultra, you need a clone of the person to use MK Ultra on someone. It's just all
I
kinds
also
of
want a
different
furnace
technologies
over
that they have,
here.
and
I might
they used to
move the
call
workbench
themselves the
over a little
Thule,
bit and just put a furnace in the
Thule.
middle.
Well, they had an abandoned base down there. They found all kinds of stuff, and they back-engineered all kinds of stuff. And the Vril Society from Germany started doing it, and then the Americans took their stuff, and the Russians took some stuff too, and then they all started making stuff.
I don't have enough ingot.
Man, but I know about a lot of the stuff.
I
They
did a
told me
second
all
ago.
about it, and I'm telling the world. But yeah, it's not good because other people have died.
Oh well. I think it's just gonna play the next interview by the guy. Um. Yeah. Okay. I think we're okay. Incubator is gonna go in the breeding pen.
Now, one of these whistleblowers who
The
made a
furnace
huge
and the
splash in
workbench
deep
aren't
into the
super
conspiracy pool was
essential.
Donald
Actually, I
Marshall.
think the furnace
On
is
December 2nd,
essential.
2011, Donald made his initial disclosure in a lengthy Facebook post that went ridiculously viral. For the uninitiated, I want to read some of the highlights to you. He says, "This is no hoax, this is no joke. My name is Donald Marshall. I have been cloned by a large secretive cult known as the Freemasons and the Vril Society and Scientologists, together called the Illuminati. They make replicated bodies of people to victimize in terrible ways. They clone children for men with underdeveloped penises to have sex with. Some very famous and politically powerful people all getting together for a disgusting time. Most of the G20 gather there to discuss worldly matters and watch gruesome things done to innocent people for sport. I have seen this firsthand and will tell all, as it must be stopped. The political people started bringing movie stars and musicians there to hang around with them. They can control who remembers the cloning facilities and who will remain oblivious, even though not remembering still damages you. I know who's involved, the ringleaders and everything they do. It's basically a torture and child molesting factory. I was one of those children, but when I was young, to keep perverts off of me, I started singing songs, original songs, very good ones. They told me to keep making
Don't
these songs
molest
and I wouldn't
me,
get hurt, and so
I'll
I did.
sing you a
Then they started
tune.
bringing me there every day for songs as the celebrities wanted more. They called me the goose that laid the golden egg, the phenomenon, but I ran out of ideas. Then the torture began. Now, to tell you about the ringleaders, as unbelievable as it may seem, but you must believe me, this is a world
Alright, this will be the
emergency.
crafting
The royal
corner.
family of England. Yes, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip, and Prince Charles are the worst of
Maybe
them. Unbelievably
a
depraved
workbench
perverts,
right
all
here,
showing off for the celebrities
and then
that
a
go
couple
there.
furnaces over
CSIS,
here.
Canadian intelligence, are involved as well, including a lot of commissionaries and Prime Minister Stephen Harper himself. They do what Elizabeth says. Seem to follow her every word without question.
Alright,
It doesn't
get
matter
back
who
in the
you
fucking
are.
ball.
If you have a cute child
Nobody
or
told
a
you to
child
go
with a
do all that.
money-making ability like song making, they will clone your child
I ain't
and
mad
molest
at it.
them. It's a pedophile's paradise, and it must be stopped. Elizabeth secretly owns a few music companies, Universal and others, with bands under contract. She forces me, while under the knife, to compose for them. If I can't, she will stab my clone, burn me, and have her pervert thugs smash my body there. It's causing me some kind of heart damage and severe, debilitating headaches. One good person there, Bernie Mac, comedian and actor, tried to stand up and speak up for me, saying it's not right to do this to a human being. He tried to have others join him in speaking out against the clone torture zone while there.
Refined
Elizabeth
metal
and Philip had
cabinet.
him
I think
tortured
this
so
is just to
badly
get a
there as an
base
example
upgrade.
of
It
their
doesn't
power.
seem like
He had an aneurysm the next
something
day
you
and
actually
died.
need.
No one will speak up now. They're all very afraid of suffering the same fate. I need decent people with integrity to speak to about this filthy business, to tell who's involved.
But I want to
There's
jam
much more to
something in
tell,
this
and I have a
corner
wealth
so
of
that the
information about the
workbench
topic.
isn't like
Also, Elizabeth had Princess Diana
taking up the
killed
whole
by having
corner.
someone shine the brightest light known to mankind through the window side of the car. They swerved away from it and hit the divider. It was no paparazzi. Diana survived, though. And while either on the way to or in the
We're
hospital,
almost done
was
setting it
injected
up.
with a high concentration of salt, which is near undetectable, and died. She did this because Diana was going to marry an Arab. Diana hated them, knew all about the cloning stuff, and wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, we
but
need
was
that
afraid of
ingot
being
because
killed,
then we can make
so she said
cloth and
nothing.
nails and stuff
I know
like
this
that.
and many other things that I'd be happy to tell. I beg you reading this to help me. I swear this to be true
Ingot.
with my
What
right
does it
hand to
take
God.
to make
They
a
stupidly
furnace?
put my face on the Megadeth album, The World Needs a Hero, when I was 23, thinking nothing would ever come of it. Google image search it. I still look the same. It shows what I end up looking like after a clone gathering. I must add, they clone people from all walks of life
20
there, and
nails
chain them
for
down to
that.
stainless steel corpse tables or drug them so they can't move.
No nails for
Send
that.
people into the room dressed as aliens in Hollywood quality
Is it
makeup
much bigger?
to make them think they're having an alien abduction. They even dye chicken skins
Okay, this
gray
is a metal
and stretch them
chest.
over a
It
mask
has
for realism,
4
as they
rows.
perform medical experiments on people, cutting them up,
This is a
probing them, and
refined
raping their
metal
limp
cabinet.
bodies. These
Oh,
victims
shit.
wake up and think they've been abducted by
It's
aliens,
almost as big
but
as the
don't know where to
storage
turn
container.
and are embarrassed. The victims even sometimes try to videotape themselves
Okay,
while they sleep
I get
to
it.
prove they've been taken. To no avail. They're not taken. They've been cloned by the most disgusting perverts
So I
in the world.
can make it
The
with
scum
nails
even
and
videotape
then
these
what? My
abductions
stomach is
to watch
starting. I got the
later
Bee
as
Gees
sick,
real
demented
bad right
porn.
now.
This happens more often than you can imagine. They just keep doing it
Cement,
to random
flame
people over and
working.
over. I'll be tortured there badly for sending you this. I might die for blanketing the world with this message. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's simply what's happening. What you're looking at right now is the most important document that's ever been put on the internet. Do nothing and allow them
That
to
was an
continue to clone your
accident.
children and sisters and wives and sons, causing them to have learning disabilities, unexplained depression and suicidal thoughts, and all kinds of other side effects. The importance of this is so heavy, people. It's the most terrible thing in the world, and this is your only chance to do something about it. Don't be afraid. Help me help myself and others. I sincerely beg you, Donald Marshall. Donald, my man, welcome to THC.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, I'm psyched for this, man. Thanks for doing it. I've tried to give people some of the cliff notes.
Yeah,
to
his
the
story is
there because I don't
absolutely
wanna just
crazy.
rehash the previous interviews you've done, but I'm sure this is new to the majority of the people listening. So, to get us started, can you elaborate on some of the main aspects of what you've been disclosing since that original letter? Anything I forgot to mention?
Well,
I can make the
intro
furnace.
really was
I can
good.
make the
I don't know what to say now.
workbench.
You
Takes
ruined my
10
entire spiel.
nails.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, that Vinny Eastwood interview pretty much detailed
This
most
takes
of it well,
20.
so I don't want to just
I
do
forgot
another
the refined
rehash,
ingot.
right? Let's see
Great.
the finer points. REM cloning. When you go to sleep, you get zapped. When you enter REM sleep, you get transferred your consciousness into a clone. You don't have dreams anymore. Britney Spears, none of them have dreams anymore. They just have clone time where they walk around and talk a little bit dumber than they
You need 20
normally
refined
would be.
ingot.
It's all very clear. It's not like a dream. It's very clear. You
No
slap yourself in
refined
the face,
ingot.
you won't wake
You
up. So,
ingot?
I don't know. They just got really more and more depraved over the years. I've been there since I was 5 years old. Was memory repressed until I was about 30. And then I remembered, and it was like Matrix when it floods all back to you. But, yeah, so there's that, the REM cloning. Another aspect. Well, I thought there was only a few kinds of aliens. There's way more.
Wow.
Like, I thought there was only 3 kinds of these vrills, but vrills are only one thing. And they are reptilian, lizard type, but there's other kinds that aren't lizards I didn't even know.
As far as your personal story goes, how did you get mixed up in this? Like, where were your parents?
Well, let's see.
Man, my
Little
stomach
did
is
I
hurting
know.
right now. What the
Well,
hell?
my dad wasn't there, but my mother was.
I got the
But I didn't
BG.
see her in the beginning.
Oh, Lord have
I was
mercy.
5 years old, brought there, and they were going to use me for what they call a diddle kid, to like be molested by rich old men or women or whatever. But then I would scream and cry and everything, and they felt bad for me, which is rare because they don't feel bad for much. So then this old guy that was there. There's all kinds of Freemasons there, these Shriners and stuff that you see in the parades, riding around on their little scooters and stuff. They're all a bunch of scum. Like, you would think, oh, they
Then
rape
workbench
children
next
and
to
stuff,
it,
and
and
no, they're
then
not.
furnace
No,
next to that,
no,
and
they're
everything should
ugly,
have enough
can't get a date,
space
whatever,
to
I
not
can't pay for
be
ogre. So they mess with children.
sitting right on top of each other.
It's really crazy. So anyway, I was crying and screaming, look pathetic. And somebody said, well, kid, what else you gonna do? What else can we use you for? Do any singing or dancing? And so I started singing a song. And they said, wow, that song was great. Sing us another song. So I did. And then, little did I know, someone famous used the song and this other song. And then after a time, I became this amazing song kid that could make a song out of thin air.
Okay, and
So then they
then
just kept on bringing me back. And
a refined
for a little
furnace.
while,
I
I thought
could
it
probably
was
put
amazing.
2 next to each
And
other
after a
right
time,
here.
just became an expected thing. It became like a
Improved furnace.
magical organic jukebox that could kick and a song would come out,
Yeah, I think that aspect is really interesting. What are some songs people would recognize that came from you originally? 'Cause there's quite a few.
Oh my. This topic, as a footnote, people get angry when I mention this part. They think that I'm trying to brag. I'm not. It's actually shameful because I made a lot of money for evil people and the propagation of an
This is my
alien
crafting corner.
infestation, parasiting, body snatching thing.
Alright, I need to
Crazy.
put
And,
some food in
I
here to
had to
get
mention
started,
this part because it's the mainstay
and then
of
I
why
think we can
was there,
start dropping in
why they kept
pals.
bringing me back, and why I'm still alive.
If you want to see an
It's
old guy
a
hit the wrong button a
long
million
story.
times, man, this is the place to be.
I'll try to put it in as much of a nutshell as I can.
Sure.
Let's see. The first one I made was Lady for Kenny Rogers. And I sang it there, trying to
I think
show
I'm gonna
off
need more cows
for
and bees too.
literally this, and I know it sounds absurd, I'm sorry, but for Queen Elizabeth. I sang it right to her at the cloning
Let's
center. She's a
try.
depraved pervert. She's mentally insane in 5 different ways. She's got water on the brain from alcohol. I'm pretty sure she has syphilis. She's hinted at that.
Yo.
She was born literally, shall I say, special,
Hmm.
to be politically correct. I say retarded. When I'm at cloning and in general mentioning, I just say retarded. I guess people don't like that. But yeah, she is. She's really whack by many ways. And from being in proximity to scary aliens for most of her life. At cloning, right?
Right.
It traumatizes you, I guess.
What the hell?
But everybody at cloning is afraid of her, and they all do what she says. I'll tell you how it is with her, because she basically runs the place. She's not a victim. She's not a hostage. She runs the place, and everyone is even scared to say that they don't want to go there, because
Let's
then she'll
see.
insinuate that she's insulted, that they don't want to be her friend.
Where's my grappling
The entire
gun?
royal family is there. Charles is crazy too. He's been around talking to me at cloning ever since
Can
I was a kid.
I get here from
They
here?
made an exception with me. I was
Yep.
allowed to go there on adults
Beautiful.
night. When there were no other kids there, I would go there. And she has nothing.
I don't need the
right? She
weed.
has no gimmick. You see, in the past, it was only politicians.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gathering place, a meeting place for politicians to come and discuss worldly affairs. And in the event of emergencies, they could,
Alright.
talk to each other and smooth things over. But then everybody started getting bored. So then they started bringing Marilyn Monroe and different film
What?
stars and stuff to make it more exciting. Well, that kept going. And then they tried to turn it into like a little private club where everyone would go and do depraved things and be in this exclusive club of superheroes that can't die.
Right.
You can die as a clone and you'll live in real life. And they have a way to turn off your pain sensors so you can jump down the stairs, break all the bones in your body, and look up and laugh and die and just come back into the next clone body if they have like at least 2 of you made. Like they can
Alright,
make
let's do it.
multiples and leave them to be activated.
I need
one
another
after
cow
the
and
other.
chicken for
This is what
sure.
they do with me,
They're gonna be
though.
my cake
But
makers.
Elizabeth has no gimmick. Now, when she's there,
I have a
all she
list of
has,
actually the pals I
like,
need.
Brad
Cow and
Pitt
chicken
and
are
Angelina
important. I'm
Jolie
gonna
are
need
there. Everybody you
bees.
can think
The
of that's
bees
the
can
biggest
handle a
people are
lot
there.
of the farming,
And
gathering and
she wants
transporting.
to be seen and heard. She's desperate.
I'm gonna need
She's
one
what we call
firefox
an
for
attention.
cooking,
I
smelting.
won't
It can
say
also
that
craft.
word, but an attention promiscuous person. You can
I
understand
think
the word.
I need to figure out who's gonna do the watering.
Yes, well,
So
I
watering
would
and planting are gonna be
like to
tricky.
semi-swear on this show.
This is the
Absolutely. Anything
best
goes,
planter
whatever
I
you need.
have.
Oh, fucking excellent. Well, she has nothing. You see, she'll stand up and she'll go,
For sure a bee guard.
Right?
Right.
And wave her hand in her signature wave. And
It can
she'll go,
harvest.
I'm very powerful, I'm very rich. And that's all
I need someone
she
to do the
has. After
planting.
that, she has to sit her fat ass down and not say anything because she's boring. She has nothing, no gimmick.
This is the
nothing.
best
She has
planter.
no talents, no
It
skills.
can plant and
She's
harvest.
semi-retarded and she make herself sound stupid. She has
Am I
nothing.
using my Jolt Hog
Can't sing or
Chris
dance.
at the other?
She's not interesting.
No, I'm not. This will
That's
keep the
all
cooler
she has
going.
to say to all of the celebrities.
Beautiful. I'm
So,
so glad
when
that
she
thing is
found
here and
me,
available.
She then had
Okay,
a
I got
little
my second
doggy
bee guard.
that she could
I got
control
this.
and walk around on a leash
We
in
could
front
get
of everyone. Look
Tombats
what I have,
mining.
this magical boy
Or
that can sing
Digitoises will
songs
do
like a
nothing
kid
but
ad.
mine, so we'll
right?
use those.
So she
We'll
used
use
me like that.
one of those.
Kept me like that, and then well,
Uh,
there's even more grodier aspects.
Tombats can
to
mine,
her
gather,
lives.
and transport.
my
They're always good at a
relationship with
base.
her.
Tombats are some
Won't get into
amazing
that, though.
base
Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple more
companions.
questions about music, because I've heard you say that they use you in
So I need a
drugs and
water,
drug-induced rituals
a
to come
watering
up with
pet,
musical lyrics,
and
and
a
then
cow and a
more,
chicken.
not Nicki Minaj, but that
Azarobi
other one.
used to
Oh,
be
Ke-
my
people
watering
like
pet.
Kesha, who came out and said, "Hey, I'm forced to use certain lyrics in my music. I don't
Maybe
want
I'll
to."
use
How
her
does
for
this work?
now.
And does it make the music more hypnotic? Is there an esoteric element to what's going on with the music?
I'd prefer something
I
smaller,
can explain. Okay, Nicki Minaj and Kesha both use songs that I
but
was
at least
forced to.
Azarobi will focus.
Now, have to go back
on
to
watering.
1980. I was making these songs. after I made a certain amount of songs, a bunch of freaks there started thinking there were religious connotations to what I was
Two, three,
doing. They thought,
two,
some of them even said that I was being
two.
whispered these songs, melodies, and lyrics into my head from God, even though
1, 3,
only
and
a
2.
percentage of them even believe in God there. Well, after a time, because I did it all through
So
the
this
80s,
can kindle.
Bon Jovi,
If I got
Wham,
somebody
bunch of them,
kindling and somebody
but
cooking.
not all songs for them. Only like 2 or 3
Okay, but
on
9
each
is my
album that I
limit
have.
right now.
But
So
the
that's
strange
3,
thing was, and I
6,
don't
7,
know
8.
why, maybe just because of practice, people only wanted to hear those 2 or 3
Okay,
songs.
most
They were
likely the
headliner
Tombats
songs.
will come out whenever the cow and
I don't
chicken
know
get
why.
caught.
So then after a time, as a teenager, they started just using songs just from me.
So I need to catch that
Like,
cow and
a good
chicken.
example
Let me
is
pull.
this band called the Georgia Satellites. They
Okay, these
got a
guys will
song from me called
transport,
Keep Your Hands to Yourself,
plant, transport, and harvest.
and they were like a one-hit wonder because of that song, and that was
So I don't
the
necessarily
one song
need
that I
that.
made for them. He even went on Much Music here in Canada. That's MTV in Canada.
That's sort of like a worse
And he
version.
said,
I'm surprised it's so
listen, there's
bad.
a bunch of other songs on the album. Why don't you listen to those too? And the radio would only play that one song. It's because of the melody. Nobody wanted to hear any of the other songs because they didn't have a stick-in-your-head melody. And I kind of know how
Are the
to
bees
do that.
planting? Like, are they smart
After a
enough to just
time, I
start
learned how
planting?
to, do that. And it does go to a psychological level.
No, they're
where
grazing.
Music is hypnotic, right? In the past, after I was making these songs, I couldn't come up with ideas sometimes. So then Elizabeth and the rest of them would start to threaten me with being harmed, tortured, literally. Like they can cut the skin
Alright,
off
let's
your leg.
get a dedicated
And it
planter
feels just
then.
like real. And you'll wake up
Just
the
to
next
get
day
the
all
farm
sick and
going.
everything, but it really is a good motivational tool.
Level 3, nothing but plant.
to get what
This
you
thing
want from
cannot
someone.
graze.
How has the vril lizards interfaced with our human
And then
elite
Azarobi.
throughout time? How did they get connected?
Well,
And that
it's
gives
all
me room
because
for
of
my 2
Hitler,
parents.
supposedly, but from recent revelations that cloning seems it's even way further back than that. But Hitler looked into history and found out about some stuff. And it's public knowledge. He went to Tibet.
Alright, the Jolt
Pretty
Hog
much
is going to
$1
do...
expedition
Yes, thank
that
you.
would
That's
cost
all I
him
need you to do,
gave
buddy.
me.
Just do that one
Went
job.
to Tibet to
Thank you,
find
thank you,
out.
thank you.
And then he found a couple of real type ones there.
Azarobi can
These
water.
monks. The monks protect them because they revere all
Have the
life.
seeds already been planted?
Even these dirty, evil lizards that kill people, poisonous things. Well, Hitler took a couple of them.
Okay, maybe
they
I
said
don't
that they
need old
knew
girl
where
Petalia here.
this magical place was, Shangri-La.
It looks like the bees
Right,
planted
Earth stuff.
before they started grazing.
Stuff, but they knew where to point on a map where you had to go, and it's Antarctica.
Alright, so
Hitler
Petalia
sent
can come
expeditions
out.
to Antarctica, and they went down underground.
Wixen can
and, they
transport.
found
These guys
another
can
type of Vril,
transport.
and the Vril type ones.
Alright, that's
The type
perfect.
3s are the
3,
tall,
6, that
long-necked
gives
grays
me...
type of
I need a
things.
cow, a chicken, and 2
Well,
parents, so somebody's got to come out
when they
eventually.
found under there, they found an abandoned Atlantean base with a bunch of technology. Like, it was like a hangar with a bunch of stuff, like a big place. And so they got all this stuff and started back engineering it. And it worked. They started figuring out saucers and everything. Like,
Wow.
they didn't invent
I'm trying to get
that
it done with
themselves. They
9,
just
no
back
more than
engineered
9.
it. But Hitler is still at this place. I've spoken to him there.
Wow.
Joseph Stalin is still
These
at this
can't
place. He has a lot of
graze, so
say
I'll
about Joseph Stalin.
replace...
So you say that Hitler was the first to make contact in maybe this round, but the royal families
Transport.
of Europe had to be
Mine.
in contact with these things beforehand, right?
They were, but the thing is, these things come up under Earth in many, many different places. Like worms from underneath the apple peel. They're not all in contact with each other. There's different regions. Some of them have different dialects and everything.
Alright, these
Sounds
two might
like
have to
hooks
come
and
out.
horns when they talk.
Alright, now I need to
That
find
sounds like
out
the
where to
people on
find
the
my
surface
cow,
planet.
because I
We're
need to
not all in
go catch a
communication.
cow or
There's
2.
still some tribes that are completely off the map, and we all speak different languages, so that makes sense.
Yep. And some of these vrils, like the type 1s, they have scales. Some of them are red scales. Some of them have black scales. If they're under the Middle East, they're under England and some
Okay,
spots. Under
Mazarina.
Scandinavia.
Alright, In the
They would
dead
come up
center of the
and
map.
communicate with humans there.
Pretty close to
But
where I
they
am,
didn't know
actually.
about the other regional villas.
Like right here.
They knew that there was others around, but England knew about them. They used to call them fae folk, fairies, and leprechauns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gnomes, dwarfs. Germans used to call
Alright,
them
and I need to
doppelgangers
go
because of their mimicking ability, how they can mimic other human beings.
just west.
Like, there's a lot of stuff in myths that are true, like Vikings
Alright.
and stuff used to call them trolls.
This is my first
I
time
mean, it makes sense. There has to be an original source for some of
riding
that stuff.
Polaris.
These public statements definitely have made me more open to this idea. I mean, there's the Nicki Minaj
Oh, I
stuff,
hate
but I also want
Depresso.
to point out exactly what B.O.B. said
Yo,
about it,
Polaris
because
is
he wasn't
quick.
shy. He dropped about 20 tweets on the subject saying things like, ever notice a celebrity missing their tattoos or piercings? Cloning center. Anytime you see a celebrity randomly lose their minds? Cloning center. He said, I swear I don't want attention or money or fame anymore. I just want to get the truth out. The truth that you've all been hidden from since birth. And probably my favorite.
I don't
the
need a
deception
lamb
is
ball.
so deep, like literally deep, within the earth.
Well,
What are your thoughts? Have you talked to B.O.B.? Are you aware
I
of
went
his
the wrong
presence
way.
down there? Have you seen him down there?
I met him at clowning, but he remembers very little, but at least he remembers something. He's what you call memory repressed still. I don't know why they are allowing him to even talk. Mind you, my favorite tweet was Donald Marshall for president. But yeah, we talk on video chat all the time.
Wow. Now B.O.B.
Yeah,
also
B.O.B.
tweeted
talked
a lot
about
the
clones.
Earth
There
being
was a
flat.
guy
Was he
named
just getting
Kid
too excited
Boo.
about conspiracies he read about, or is there something to that?
Oh my.
Alright, did I? Is it
God.
north of
Well,
here?
I wasn't happy that he did that.
Yeah, it actually is
See,
north
I
of
don't know
here.
if the Earth
Alright,
is flat or round, and I don't care.
so northwest.
I gotta get the cloning center shut down, and all these creepy crawler body snatch things found out about. And
Straight
whether the Earth
north.
is flat or round, we'll find out about that in the end anyway by
This
default.
is where we'll get our
right?
Right,
cows.
I guess if you're being tortured at great lengths for the duration of your life, you really aren't
That
worried
looks like a
about the
big-ass egg.
composition of such a prison.
No, and the end result of even if the Earth is flat, which I don't know about, and I don't care about. I didn't research it. I don't really care. If it is flat, that has really bad connotations for our existence because
Let's
then
catch
that
some
means
cows.
that we're all an alien ant farm.
That's just a
basically,
regular ass egg.
body farm, basically, you know. And I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I don't think the Earth is flat because
There we
I
are.
don't know, it could have been faked. But I've seen the space shuttle take off and take pictures from orbit. Although that could have been faked, sure. Big deception.
Alright, we don't want to kill it.
NASA's apparently really front-loaded, heavy-loaded with Masons and this whole Illuminati establishment.
Oh yeah, they wanted me to join the Freemasons. They got a lodge in Halifax here. I ain't joining though. I hate them people.
Right. So it makes everything NASA says pretty, makes you skeptical.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of Freemasons, ethnic cloning, Scientologists, Mormons.
Oh, no, no,
There's
no.
a lot of different factions.
Get in the fucking ball.
Well, let me ask you about Hillary. I've heard you make a few statements about her. Is she being basically prepped for the presidency, or do you think it might be someone else?
I'm not sure.
Alright, caught it.
There was another woman that said that she was.
Alright, let's
gonna
get
be
the fuck outta
president of
here.
the United States. They're always big on first-time things, like.
Damn,
when
those
Barack
things
Obama
fight
became
hard.
president. She's not even a real person.
First time I
She's,
ran into that loop
I
moon, it kicked
named
my
him,
ass.
Man. I named him. His name is not even Barack. I named him Barack, like, because of one of my favorite
Alright.
Mortal Kombat characters called Baraka.
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, man. And,
Alright, do these things
he's not even
survive a
real
single
person. He's
gunshot?
supposedly
Oh, I doubt
a
it.
remade body from the past.
At level
The
40?
Pharaoh Akhenaten. He really
Nope.
is. And, Akhenaten had, like, some kind of an incestuous relationship.
Who knows,
with
that might
his
have
mother.
been like the
And
one
his
I wanted
wife,
with all the
Michelle Obama. She's
perks
supposed to
and
be a real person
traits.
either. She's a remade body from the past with a different consciousness running it. But she's supposedly Obama's biological mother, like, for all intents and purposes.
God damn it.
They were all big on, oh, there's never been a black president before, Donnie. I'm gonna do this. I'm like, okay, I don't care. What are you telling me for? I'm Canadian.
You've also talked about Mila Kunis quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I hate her pretty bad. She She got some of the biggest eyeballs I've ever seen on a human being. Only thing close enough to the size of her eyeballs is this other radio talk show host guy, George Norrie. And he's at cloning too. And he
Did
got.
you see George Norrie down there?
I saw him twice.
Wow.
And they all came up to me. Like, I seen David Wilcock. I've seen Fritz
David Wilcock is
Springmeier.
another Illuminati
a lot of
reptilian guy.
See, that's important because this lets us know these are people that are not to be trusted in the alternative community.
Yeah, none of these
Well, you
guys
should never
trust
trust
each
anyone,
other. Like,
really.
literally
Right,
none
if
of
you're seeing
them.
them down there, I mean, that's a big deal.
George Norrie
I
himself
want to stay
told
in
me
the
this.
right
He said,
area.
You're going to take some things back. You're going to go along. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. And I'm like,
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going the right way. I
And
need
he's
to
like,
drop off this
no,
hill.
you'll see. You will. And I was like, I bet you I'm not. And he just shrugs his shoulders and walks away, right? Let's see. Oh, my God. Roxy Lopez. Let me tell you about old Roxy.
They love talking shit
Okay.
about each other.
Without going into too much detail, because, I don't know, make me look a little bit bad for a second. Okay, I had a interview set up with her, and it turned real sour. Okay, this is the beautiful part, because I told people about what was going to happen before it happened on my wall.
If I had a Tombat, I
Well,
could
not on
locate
my
him
wall,
easier.
but in my inbox, talking to people. Okay, I'm supposed to be on an interview with her, just like this, right? And she has a, semi-big show, I guess. But the day before I was supposed to go on this show, or maybe 2 days, she shows up at cloning, and she's in the stands. And I'm down in the dirt of the arena. I walk up the stairs. I haven't told anybody about this, but...
Are y'all kidding me?
Except for my inbox. I walk up the stairs, and I'm like, wow, it really is you. And she goes, yeah. And I was like, so we're on for Tuesday, right? And she's like, yes, but you
It's not
have to
safe out here
discredit
at night.
yourself. And I was like, huh? She goes, well, you have to do something to make it sound as if you're not entirely there. And I was like, come again? And this guy, this old man that's sitting next to her, I have no idea who he was. He goes, you do have to discredit yourself. And I was like, actually, no, I don't. I'll just tell you the rest. I grabbed her by the hair, pulled her out of her chair, and started smashing her head off the concrete steps.
I remember this part. He is
the
talking
cloning center
greasy.
there. Started smashing her head off the steps.
He's basically
Nobody
talking
got
about
up
how he
to
killed
stop
someone
me.
at the cloning facility, but I guess it don't count
grabbed her,
because they're not,
pulled her
like,
by the hair,
they got a
and
second
she
body
went
anyway.
down, she
But
went
this is still
up, she
wild
went,
to
she went down,
say.
she went. I bashed her face off the steps, just over and over and over again.
I
Everybody
bashed
just
her
watched.
face off the
And then I
steps.
flung her down the stairs, and she went down in a heap, down to the bottom. It was funny, though, and I said, I'm not going to...
Every ball I find is one more I don't have to
Anyway,
make.
then she comes out, another body, says, you're not going to be on my show. I was like, no, we're already set. We're scheduled, baby.
Dire
No,
wolf.
what excuse are you going to use to cancel on me?
Woolly flop.
And she goes, I'll
Woolly
think
pop.
of something. She was all crying and stuff. It didn't even hurt when I did that to her because she had her pain sensor turned off to numb.
Pain sensor turned off.
It's something, they explained it, it's something like quadriplegic, you know? They can make it just like you're a quadriplegic, but you can still move.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't feel any pain. That's how they victimize people more efficiently, because people fight back, and even if they do win, tear the head off the other person.
Yo, these
Doesn't matter.
wolves are killing
They'll
the
just
shit out
come
of this
back in
floppy.
The next body that they have.
I almost feel bad, but I'm on a
A
mission.
reserve body that they have there. Like some of them have 5 on standby.
Right. Definitely seems like an intense.
Turn around and go
place
north.
down there.
It is, and very pervy.
I'm sure. Can you tell us a little bit about the breakdown of the
Very
floors of
pervy,
these
he
underground complexes?
says.
I've heard you talk about Coliseum-like battle arenas, bestiality,
Coliseum
hybridization
like
floors.
battle arenas. I
Yeah,
said
they-
it.
Well, I haven't gone to the other floors often. The
Mazarina.
floor pretty much has like
Nope,
2
Dire Hal.
levels
You look
to
like
it.
a cow from
The
far away.
Arena. There's usually just one arena. And that's in the cloning level. Underneath the cloning level is the growing rooms where all the tanks are. Britney Spears made a video, a cartoon video where she breaks into a cloning center and destroys it. It looks
I mean, I
just
got
like
one. I
cloning
don't need
tubes,
more than
2
one,
by
but
2,
what if it's like a glutton or
and they're all
something?
growing bodies, different stages of development. And
Alright, go
yeah,
east.
she said it was always her fantasy to blow up a cloning center because she doesn't like going there because she gets assembly line banged there.
There we go.
Nice. Train.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, exactly like that. And when her junk gets worn out, they just go to the next body.
When her junk gets
She
worn
likes
out.
it.
That's
She didn't
dude
mind
is
it at
wild.
first when she was getting rich, but now that she's rich, she wants out. Just like Lauryn Hill, she was there. I was helping her make songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it goes like this with people too. Once they have money and fame, they don't want to go there anymore and get like used by old men. So she made this song called I Get Out, I Get Out. Well, they let her get out because every time she was there, she cried uncontrollably, saying, I want to be free, I can't be in this, right? But she didn't get tortured or anything, she just got sexed up. And mind you, it is disgusting, but so she was a snotty mess. Crying, snot coming out of her face. Like, I can't be here, this place is evil. And mind you, she's evil herself. She didn't mind torturing a child to get songs.
Right. I also wanted to ask you about the catalog. I've heard you mention that before.
I'm gonna snake this van worm from him.
They told me that I could choose different kids to victimize there, and I was like, well, I don't want to. I'll bang Gwen Stefani. Which I did a few times, but it got old. It lost the novelty.
He banged Gwen Stefani,
Yeah,
bro.
a bunch of them.
It got
I
old.
banged a bunch of them, but they were willing.
He banged a
They
bunch
were
of
all
them.
willing, you know. But I don't know why, but they thought that this would appeal to me. And they're like,
Alright, let's find
yeah,
my
we
chicken
have
now.
the catalog. And I'm like,
I have one
catalog?
chicken, and it's like a big
And they
chicken.
give me this binder. It's like the type of thing that
Alright.
you would see hockey cards in.
Right.
I
in
can go
little
south.
plastic
No, I want to go over
sleeves,
here and grab it.
About 9 pictures to a page, or more. 12 pictures to a page, and they were all kids, boys and girls. Some of them were school pictures. Some of them were pictures of the kids as clowns that they would take. But those pictures, none of the kids were smiling.
Wow.
None of them. They were all plain-faced, and I was like, what am I
Over
supposed to do?
here.
I was sitting in the stands this night, because most of the nights I'm down in the dirt,
Okay, up
you know,
here.
focus in the center. And they passed me this black binder. I open it up, and I'm looking at it, flipping through it, and I'm like, so I'm supposed to
Polaris is
pick
okay.
one
It's
of
Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I think might be
pick few.
faster.
And they're all smiling at me as if I'll be very agreeable to this. But it just disgusted me. I threw it down the stairs, the same cement stairs that I bashed Roxy Lopez off. And I threw it down the stairs, and a couple people went down and grabbed it when it went down to the bottom to the hockey boards, as if it was like the Bible or something, right? As if it was like so important. Oh, he threw the catalog, right? And I'm like, I ain't doing that. You guys are sick. Wait till the future, man. I assume you guys are going to kill me, but I'm still going to do what I can. You guys are all doomed. Wait until it happens. I can't wait to see it. And then they're like, that'll be the end of the world, Don. And I'm like, well, so be it. You know, we can't have this going on.
Alright, northeast. Let's get our chicken.
I think is a
Let's
pretty good point is
go.
that
I spawned right
if
to a
this was all
chicken.
slander and libel with the names that you've named, you'd think somebody might come after you for this if it was all made up.
You would think that, wouldn't you? You would think that.
But it's radio silence, right?
They ain't doing nothing.
I'm really
'cause
sorry,
they
guys.
know
I need
that.
the wool.
And in the future, when I do have political authority, just for even calling me a dick, I'll have them put in prison. They're all scared, man. Like, they can't speak against me. In the future, the entire populace will hate them for the rest of their fucking days. Oops, I said F word. Sorry about that.
That's cool.
They're effing
The
days.
populace would hate them for the
He talked
for
about
the
bashing a
remainder
chick's
of their
face in,
life.
but he's worried about the F
If they
word.
ever said anything bad about me. Because in time, you know, everybody gonna love Donnie. And rightfully so. So, you know, they don't dare. No celebrity, no nothing. And a lot of people that actually think that I'm a liar and stuff, well, nobody really does anymore.
Maybe I
but
should
back
go
in the
ahead and
day,
catch
they did.
10 for the
They would
EXP bonus and then
send
condense
everything
them.
I said to these people personally, the celebrities and stuff, and then the celebrities would erase those comments and block the people that sent them, even though those people were against me and for those celebrities. They would ignore them totally, ignore them like the plague. People have even sent everything I said to the police. The police don't do anything either. It gets put on the back burner because the high-ups in the police know who the hell I am and know what's going on. It's that, like, obvious.
In the past few years, you have had several big-name artists coming out about this, which boggles my mind even further. I mean, sure, Tila Tequila is saying some stuff, but then you have Nicki Minaj and most recently B.O.B. both tweeting from their own accounts, #StopHumanCloning. I mean, do you feel a little bit vindicated by some of this?
How'd you get up there?
A little bit, but it really didn't do very much, did it?
Right, I mean, it raised a little bit of awareness, but...
It raised a couple eyebrows, and then people are like, oh, that's very interesting. Oh, well. I don't know.
Man, limb bunks are tiny. I thought I killed it. Alright, that's cool music, but I guess the interview's over. It's another Darnell Marshall interview.
Do you remember that stunning place? He goes, oh my god, yeah, Donnie, what are you gonna do? And I was like, holy shit, dude, you can help me. You can help me. You can corroborate my story, and then we can have it out there, and it'll be out. He goes, dude, it'll be going against my parents, but I can't abandon you to that. Right? Because I'm like his favorite uncle, right? So he says, I won't abandon you to that, and I'll speak out with you, but it's against my own mom and dad, so you better know how much I like you and stuff.
I need to turn up the volume so I can hear shinies when they're around.
What are you religious?
Catholic.
Catholic? You've been born Catholic.
Yeah, baptized me.
I wonder how many limb bunks I have.
Somewhat. Like I believe in one God and everything, but
That's one big eye. That's something.
The whole Jesus thing could have been fake, though, right? It could have been very easily back then.
Jesus has been betrayed, something like that. He's still there. He's the good guy we've been used, you know.
I don't know why I shot it just to run into it.
Yeah. That's good.
Man, I'm so glad you guys are here, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do that professional, try to do the truth and only the truth.
Oops.
Toi, on en roule avant. Genre, if I smoke my weed, because it's my medication.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, I didn't see how many I have.
Medication.
That's good stuff. Yeah, so I'm not on any drugs. Like I smoke a joint every once in a while, but I
That's
don't
all I
do
do,
drugs.
me too.
I don't even drink. Like.
Well, weed, what you're smoking right there, that's worse. That's killing people.
Yeah.
That's healing people.
Yeah, everybody says that that's a gateway drug, but actually cigarettes are a gateway drug.
Oh, yeah.
Cigarettes send you to weed, which sends you to everything else, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, Dave Mustaine.
Alright, I'm gonna turn down YouTube and turn up PALWORLD. I want to be able to hear shinies.
They all come in, they're all trying to look good for everybody else that's there, right?
Yeah.
They get you in one of the side rooms in the concourse, and they have a camera in the corner of the room, right? And the rest of them are sitting out there in a big auditorium, right? And they're watching on the big screen. They got a big screen on the big wide side, a big screen on the wide side. Two of them, right? And they're all just sitting there watching, right? Oh my god. And then Dave Mustaine's like,
I like even numbers.
well, he actually
Alright, let's get back to the ranch.
Send her the picture of that album cover and send her the picture of your own face. Right? And he was crying because they were talking about killing me, right?
Yeah.
And I said, what do you care? And he goes, I don't want you to die. I think you're awesome, man. Yeah, okay.
Ooh, a cave.
And, but he's done some pretty mean stuff to me. They get out there and they can literally have you chained up. They cut an incision
Why not?
in your nutsack. Pull your nuts out and they're hanging by cords, right? They put them in their hand and it burns because the hand oil, right? Oh my god.
Do you have a napkin or something?
Oh, it doesn't. It's all good. I'll just grab a whole towel. So much to tell you. took me about 3 days, and each one of those 3 days, there was women there torturing me sexually, right?
Well, that's a awesome letter.
Okay, it looks like there's 3 ways to go.
I was frantic. I was writing it. I'm not a pro writer or anything, and I never really did anything like this before.
No, it's...
What's up, babe?
I didn't. There's so much more stuff. I didn't know what to include because it sounds unbelievable as it is, right?
What's
So
good
when I
though?
tell people, well, yeah, they were eating some of these hookers at the chicken murders, right?
What?
Some rich people wanted to taste human.
What is
People are
what?
gonna go, put that aside, right?
Oh, it's a interview of this guy who said he used to like go to cloning facilities. I should be,
Oh, the boy.
unless it disconnected and I don't know about it.
The Boy Man Love Association or something like that.
Okay, did I pee on the seat?
Is that like Lambda?
I'll show you the way you go. I need to show you.
Okay.
You're gonna,
Was it Gavin?
you're gonna see it.
Oh no.
It's awesome. I'm very... You're gonna see it.
Okay.
If I'm here, I know it's for something. It's not for...
I have no idea what I did.
People are not free. You know, people are free, but we are not.
Well, it's meant to look that way. They set it
Yeah,
up that
it
way,
is
right?
meant. Alien and all that, the whole thing, it's all coming.
Is it a loop?
Okay.
Did I just do this a second ago? Nope.
Incredible, but right now they must be scared.
Oh, they are, man. They're out there. They're trying to act confident.
The Fuddlers are angry.
We won't be here anymore, right?
Alright, so we're back into the 3-way room, right?
Yeah.
No, right? Where the hell am I? This is the 3-way room. Right? No.
They're watching people sword fight and stuff, and it's gross.
This is the 3-way room.
My sword fighting career out there ended when I freaked out.
Alright, turn left when you get back.
On the time, I got really good at sword fighting. They had me sword fighting little kids when I was a kid, right? And they put little samurai armor on us and everything. And it had to be a dark color because they put a spotlight on me and everything. It's an absolute nightmare. So anyway, I got pretty good at sword fighting.
Yo, Fangalope got ups. He's got ups for days. What is that? A Mao?
I packed this katana to the side because I always got a katana they give me, right?
A Mao?
Katana to the side. I came down, and we both of us had our pain sensors turned totally off, right?
Alright, it's a dead end. Boom, get fucked.
But other than that, you're numb. You can wash your guts and everything. It's incredible to see, right? But it's very disturbing. So anyway, I went down to my knees with an overhand chop at the same time. Went down his shoulder and down his ribs, and it went ding, 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 through his ribs, right? And I felt the vibrations in the handle, and then it just went blah! All kinds of blood came out, and his purple.
Yo, he's talking about gore.
Everybody was watching, right? Everybody's like, yeah, right? And I went.
Alright, so left is the way to go.
And in the dirt, in the field position, going. And then they're like, Dorn, what are you doing? You won. I'm like,
I just want to know who the boss
and
is.
then they played it back to me after that, the video.
This is a guaranteed shiny or alpha.
Always got there with a video camera, video and everything. So I watched the video, right? So then they showed
Is there
it
no
back
way
to
out
me
of this
later.
room?
I don't even remember falling on the floor and doing that, right? And then they said, you look scared. Oh yeah, because you guys really want
I don't care about you guys at all.
And so then they never made sword fighting on it. Worse than sword fighting, spear fighting. Spear fighting.
Nothing here, nothing.
Pokey, man.
You're gonna watch this. Okay? This is the cremation up there. Take it, watch. Now it's
Okay, that's the way I came. So I'm clearly lost.
It is, Jenna. It is, I'm telling you it is. It is.
That Killamari took me forever to find. I didn't know you had to go in caves. I haven't even gone and done a tower boss yet. I'm gonna destroy him when I first go because I basically will have the whole game beat by then.
It's hard to tell.
They do that all the time.
Oh, he's already so rich.
I didn't go out of my way to hit it. I thought it was another way around. Alright, is this just a chest room? Yes. They're playing Alex Jones. I could tell they're talking about Bohemian Grove. It's so wild that Bohemian Grove is real. Like, no matter what you think about anything, Bohemian Grove is 100% real. You got to deal with that. Alright, this is a three-way room.
They do this at the comic con all the time.
That's what they do there. One king gets over there, but somewhere else.
We even had sex with a girl in the field one time, surrounded by guys on horses with torches. Weird. It's not weird. They just wanted me to have sex with her. And that was it. And I just wanted to stand there and watch. Actress. He doesn't.
I was surprised it was a fuddler that did that.
No, no. Cloning is so.
Okay, is this the way I came?
There's something.
It is, right?
It is.
It's how they communicate in secret. They do everything from
They
cloning.
clone us. They just a reptilian.
Yeah.
Okay, they clone us.
They can get anyone to. 5 months.
Yeah.
Easy. They can talk for
This
everything.
feels new. Yeah, this is new. Alright, we're going the right way finally.
Well, I told so many people.
Who is the boss?
They stop bringing people there. Like,
It's a big ass tansy.
have you heard of Roman Steel? They're conspiracy.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
Oh, he's in it. He's in it. He wanted to come there and meet me. He wanted
Give me
to
something I want.
songs, right?
I have a big tansy.
Yeah. That's all fluff. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
If he gets elected, he'll do the same stuff Obama does. Hillary Clinton gets elected, he'll do the same thing too. Ron Paul's in it. Ron Paul came up talking to me. Said he wanted to talk to me. Seriously, he's there. He's there.
I know.
Front row, right behind the hockey boards.
He's like Obama. Okay.
Let's see if we got something different.
How come you know all that? That's what I. He's got fuck all here. How can you know all that?
They like keeping me poor.
It's a lower level tansy.
You don't have internet.
Plus, with my family, once I found out about this stuff, like they let me in on it when I turned 30. I almost had a heart attack.
No, no.
And
Do you take medication?
what? No,
No? Don't.
not even aspirin.
I
Nothing.
was sure I was in the area.
100%.
I know that's what I was thinking too. If I was, I'm just a poor white woman.
Alright, you guys, we need to get fucked.
I'm poor too there. But I'm very poor. I'm not poor, but I'm.
Right now, they're more scared than they've ever been in like the whole time.
Well, the 21st.
Alright, let's find another YouTube video to watch.
That's what they're saying. And
This one's got terrible audio.
They make stuff happen in the real world to make it look like the.
Right, okay, so I'd just like to say
realms that he's encountered below. And that's about 20% of the original message, but it's enough context for those
Yo.
who might be new to
Alright,
this.
let's
But
get
like
back
I
to
said,
base.
it went very viral, and I would argue that since that
Toko toko.
time, in late 2011, 2012, most of the major conspiracies you hear about involving the elite and cloning centers came from Don's story. Now, I didn't know what to make of this. Of course, it sounds pretty out there, but I don't put anything
It
past
does
the
sound
shadowy
out
puppet
there.
masters. So I filed it away in the undecided column. Fast forward to the last 6 months, and you have multiple celebrities tweeting about this very thing using the hashtag #StopHumanCloning. And we've seen Nicki Minaj, Kesha, Tila Tequila, and B.O.B., as well as a few others, reference this very material.
Alright, we
B.O.B.
have 9
even tweeted
beds.
recently
We have
Donald Marshall for president. I started digging, and I found a
6
whole lot
pals.
of people still heavily involved in this material. That one letter and the 1 or 2 interviews he did at the time have spawned websites.
Where are my
forums
cows?
with thousands
This one
of
is
members,
serious.
several
This one's a
very active
motivational
large
leader.
Facebook
I don't even know
groups.
what that means.
And this to me adds a lot of fuel to the fire. And I started trying to reach out to Don,
This one's a
to
glutton. That's
B.O.B.,
clearly
to
not the
Tila T.
guy.
And finally, a woman named Laura who works with Don got in touch with me and helped set up today's show. And I'm so thankful she did, because sometimes it can be
Nimble,
really hard
Jack
to
be
judge the
nimble,
credibility of this kind of whistleblower.
nothing,
when material is
Vanguard,
limited to
ferocious,
just a few
and
interviews where they cut for
brave.
commercials every 15 minutes and a Facebook post. And I'm lucky now to have a pretty large light for which to hold these kind of cases up to, and allow guys like Donald a little more of an open forum where people can get a better sense of
These
what's
guys
being presented,
do
and
nothing
if they
but
find it to be something
graze.
credible, they can put stock in. Plus, Don's
This can
mentioned
plant
new
and
material
harvest.
before, and those who've remained interested in this work are very much hungry for updates and news
And
about
transport.
what's happened since that initial disclosure. Is it hard to make
This
a
can
judgment call from a
transport.
Facebook letter? Of course.
This can't.
But give it
This
2 hours
can't.
of THC, and
This
you're going to know
can't.
one way or another how you feel about a guy. And I think that sets the stage nicely, and I guess it's best that we just
So the
dive
B
in.
guards will be
There's
changed
nothing
out
to
for the
sell but
parents
truth as he sees it, the man who knows the plan.
when we
Donald
decide to
Marshall.
breed something. And it's set up, man. Alright, we're gonna need flour if we're gonna be making cake. Let's reset the timer on the food.
Alright folks, in 2011, Donald Marshall unleashed his first public disclosure on the internet with a letter describing his abuses in a vast underground program of human cloning by parasitic, non-human entities in conjunction with the world's shadowy elite. He detailed several types of cloning done at these underground bases, most notably is REM sleep-driven clones, where as long as they've created a second body for an individual, their consciousness can be transported to these hidden husks at the push of a button.
Alright,
Not
honey,
only is this the
milk.
elite's main
Honey
method
doesn't
of
need to go in
meetups
here.
the
It
modern
doesn't.
world,
It lasts
but also
forever.
the technological solution for their bloodlust and desire to torture, sacrifice,
stick a
and
ruby
abuse
in there?
children to no end. And since Donald's come forward as an Illuminati whistleblower, he hasn't been shy about naming those from the political and entertainment realms that he's encountered below, from Queen Elizabeth, Henry Kissinger, Hillary Clinton and Obama, to Bernie Mac, Tila Tequila, Kurt Cobain, and Mila Kunis. But as odd as this all sounds, the recent trend of celebrities actually tweeting about human cloning
Alright, we got our
centers and
breeding
their own
ranch.
abuses prompted me to bring him on to get some insights into the latest chapters of this long,
And I
dark,
feel like
far
we're
out
gonna be
saga.
getting more
Donald,
ore
my
by
man,
the
welcome to
minute.
THC.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, I'm psyched for this, man. Thanks for doing it. I've tried to give people some of the cliff notes to the story there because I don't want to just rehash
Alright, I'm not
the
gonna be
previous
moving
interviews
eggs
you've
constantly,
done,
only
but
as
I'm sure this is
necessary.
new to the majority of the people
A
listening,
transporter
so
might
to get
help
us
out
started,
here,
can you
actually.
elaborate on some of the main aspects
I need milk
of
and
what you've been
eggs.
disclosing since that
I
original
need
letter?
planting,
Anything I forgot
watering,
to mention?
cooling.
Well, your
I need ore to be
intro
mined.
really was good.
That
I don't know what to
person
say
can
now. You ruined my
cook.
entire spiel.
I need a better transporter.
Well, yeah, that Vinny
2
Eastwood
is not bad,
interview
though.
pretty much detailed most of it well, so I don't want to just do another rehash, right? But let's see, the finer points. REM cloning, when you go to sleep, you get zapped. When you enter REM sleep, you get transferred your consciousness into a clone. You don't have dreams anymore. Britney Spears, none of them have dreams anymore. They just have clone time where they walk around and talk a little bit dumber than they normally would be. It's all very clear. It's not like a dream. It's very clear. You slap yourself in the face. You won't wake up though. And I don't know. They just got really more and more depraved
Alright,
over
we're
the
gonna put
years.
more
I've been there
beds
since I
in.
was 5 years old. Was memory repressed until I was about 30. And then I remembered, and it was like the Matrix when it floods all back to you. But yeah, so there's that, the REM cloning. Another aspect. Well, I thought there was only a few kinds of aliens. There's way more. Like, I thought there was only
Yeah, I
3
can fit 2
kinds
rows
of
of
these
beds easy
vrills.
there.
But vrills are only one thing. And they are reptilian, lizard type, but there's other kinds that aren't lizards I didn't even know.
Yeah, what else have you been introduced to in terms of alien life forms?
Well, let's see. What people think of as grays, but they're not even actually gray. They're kind of beige. You can't touch them. They're sticky. And our finger oils, our hand oils, burn their skin.
Wow.
Yeah, I held hands with one of them that wanted to hold my hand, and I had to wear a little plastic glove. It's pretty sick. But they look remarkably like the what they call the Asgard in the Stargate movies and series. Well, just the series, I guess they're in, but they look remarkably like that, and their physiology is reptilian as well, like Blizzard. They don't have scales though, but yeah, they're real small. They look just like that though.
Man, that's interesting. So, as far as your personal story goes, how did you get mixed up in this? Like, where were your parents?
Well, let's see. Little did I know. Well, my dad wasn't there, but my mother was. But I didn't see her in the beginning. I was 5 years old, brought there, and they were going to use me for what they call a diddle kid, to like be molested by, rich old men or women or whatever. But then I would scream and cry and everything, and they felt bad for me, which is rare because they don't feel bad for much. So then this old guy that was there, there's all kinds of Freemasons there, and these Shriners and stuff that you see in the parades, riding around in their little scooters and stuff. They're all a bunch of scum. Like, you would think, oh, they wave to the children and stuff, they must be nice. No, they're not. No, they're all ugly and can't get a date and would have a hard time paying for a hooker. So they mess with children. It's really crazy. So anyway, I was crying and screaming, looked pathetic. And somebody said, well, kid, what else you gonna do? What else can we use you for? Do any singing or dancing? So I started singing a song. And they said, wow, that song was great. Sing us another song. So I did. And then, little did I know, someone famous used the song and this other song. And then after a time, I became this amazing song kid that could make a song out of thin air, top 10. So then they just kept on bringing me back. And for a little while, they thought it was amazing. After a time, it just became an expected thing. It became like a magical organic jukebox that could kick the song come out,
Yeah, I think that aspect is really interesting. What are some songs people would recognize that came from you originally? 'Cause there's quite a few.
He avoids the question because this is like where it becomes obvious if it's true or not.
This topic, as a footnote, people get angry when I mention this part. They think that I'm trying to brag. I'm not. It's actually shameful because I made a lot of money for evil people and the propagation of an alien infestation, parasiting, body snatching thing.
Right.
Crazy. And I had to mention this part because it's the mainstay of why I was there, why they kept bringing me back, and why I'm still alive. And it's a long story. I'll try to put it in as much.
Alright, it already was as close to the...
Sure.
Let's see. Sing a song. Let's see, the first one I made was Lady for Kenny Rogers. And sang it there, trying to show off for literally this, and I know it sounds absurd, I'm sorry, but for Queen Elizabeth.
The cooling sound sounds like a shiny pet.
At the Climate Center.
Wow.
She's a depraved pervert.
I'm
She's
pretty sure that's just
she's
Jolt Hog
mentally
cooling.
insane in 5 different ways. She's got water on the brain from alcohol. I'm pretty sure she has syphilis. She's hinted at that. She was born literally, shall I say, special, to be politically correct. I say retarded. When I'm at cloning and in general mentioning, I just say retarded. I guess people.
That bugs the shit out of me.
But yeah, she is. She's really whacked by many ways, and from being in proximity to scary aliens for most of her life. At cloning, right?
Right.
It traumatizes you.
Okay, the incubators can go along this wall.
Everybody at cloning is afraid of her, and they all do what she says. Well, I didn't want to go there. After a time, I gathered up my courage and told her I didn't want to go. And then, well, she was always really setting me up to be a victim. She wanted, well, besides the song making, that was just a bonus. I was always meant to be a victim. She wanted to actually make it look like I was a bad person or evil, so that people wouldn't care or even try to defend me, make an attempt to speak up for me. Because she has nothing. I'll tell you how it is with her. Because she basically runs the place.
she's not a victim. She's not a hostage. She runs the place, and everyone is even scared to say that they don't want to go there because then
Okay,
she'll
this sounds
insinuate that
familiar. I think
she's
this is the same
insulted that they
interview we
don't
just
want to
listened
be her
to.
friend. The entire royal family is there. Charles is crazy too. He's been around talking to me at cloning ever since I was a kid. They made an exception with me.
And I haven't gone up
I
a
was
level in a while.
allowed to go there on adults' night. When there were no other kids there, I would go there. And, let's see.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it for now.
She has nothing, right? She has no gimmick. You see, in the past, it was only politicians. It was a gathering place, a meeting place for politicians to come and discuss worldly affairs. And in the event of emergencies, they could, talk to each other and smooth things over. But then everybody started getting bored. So then they started bringing Marilyn Monroe and different film stars and stuff to make it more exciting. Well, that kept going. And
Okay, I'll drop in a couple
tried to turn it
tombats
into
for
like a
now,
little
just
private
to
club
utilize
that
all the
people
space we
go
have.
do depraved things and being this exclusive club of superheroes that can't die.
Maybe a second Digitoys.
Like, you can die as a clone
and a third
you'll
B.
live in real life, and they have a way to turn off your pain sensors, so you can jump
Oh, this
down
one's a
the
glutton.
stairs,
I don't like that.
break all the bones in your body, and
Let's
look up at the glass.
see. I should have a third one.
Just come back into the next clone body.
Blood of the Dragon?
If they have like at least 2 of you made.
Yo, I gotta
Like, they can
piss
make
super
multiple and
bad.
leave them to be activated one after the other, which is what they do with
I
me
could
a
double
lot.
milk and egg
But
production.
Elizabeth has no gimmick. When she's there, all she has.
Yeah, I gotta pee super
Brad
bad.
Pitt and Angelina and Jolie are there. Everybody you can think of that's the biggest people are there.
Damn.
And she wants to be seen and heard. She's desperate. She's what you call an attention. Well, I won't say that word, but an attention promiscuous person. You can understand the word that I'm thinking.
Right. Whore.
Yes.
He
well,
said
I don't
whore.
know if you're allowed to semi-swear on this show.
Absolutely. Anything goes. Whatever you need to say.
Oh, fucking
Oh
excellent.
god, I gotta piss so bad.
Well.
Oh,
she
AFK,
has nothing.
AFK, AFK,
You see, she'll
AFK.
stand up and she'll go, "Oh, I'm the Queen of England," right? And wave her hand in her signature wave. And she'll go, "Oh, I'm very powerful, I'm very rich." And that's all she has. After that, she has to sit her fat ass down and not say anything because she's boring. She has nothing, no gimmick, nothing. She has no talents, no skills. She's semi-retarded and she make herself sound stupid. She has nothing. Can't sing or dance. She's not interesting. That's all she has to say to all the celebrities. So, when she found me, she then had a little doggy that she could control, walk around on a leash in front of everyone. Look what I have, this magical boy that can sing songs out of thin air, right? So she used me like that, kept me like that, and then, well, there's even more grodier aspects to her and I my relationship in the past. I won't get into that though, because you know.
I'm hearing some music in the background, I think.
Ah, yeah, I got the spa channel on. I'm going to turn it off. Cool. Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple more questions about music, because I've heard you say that they use you and others in drug-induced rituals to come up with musical lyrics, and then there are, not Nicki Minaj, that other one. Oh, people like Kesha, who came out and said, hey, I'm forced to use certain lyrics in my music, I don't want to. How does this work, and does it make the music more hypnotic? Is there an esoteric element to what's going on with the music?
I can explain. Okay, Nicki Minaj and Kesha both use songs that I was forced to make. Now, have to go back to 1980. I was
Whoa,
making these
those
songs.
guys drilling is really
And
loud.
After I made a certain amount of songs,
You guys know who Martin Cabello
bunch of
is? He's
freaks
another,
started thinking they were
I don't think he's
religious
crazy.
connotations
I think he's
to
just,
what I was doing. They thought some of them even
really
said that I
interesting.
was being whispered these songs, melodies, and lyrics into my head from God.
even though
Give it to Mama, she'll
only
charge it.
a percentage of them even believe in God there. Well, after a time, because I did it all through the 80s.
Can we get a compilation?
Bon Jovi, Wham, a bunch of them. But not all songs for them. Only
Let's get a
like
compilation.
2 or 3 on each album they would have. But the strange thing was, and I don't know why, maybe just
3
because of
minutes,
practice,
1 minute, 12
people
minutes.
only wanted to hear those 2 or 3 songs. They were the headliner songs. And I don't know why. So then after a time, I was a teenager, after a while, they started just using songs just from me. Like, a good example is this band called the Georgia Satellites. They got a song from me called...
We'll find something to watch, guys. I have a really strong chickpea. Oops, that was an accident. Alright, let's get it. I never finished the Putin interview. I was having trouble with my stream. Yo, the bean kicked in. Pretty soon I'm gonna start painting Battletech on stream. Sean Strickland's the best, man. He beat the shit out of Sneeko. But, like, it really says something that a professional fighter could not knock out an amateur. He should have been able to knock out Sneeko. He's literally like a champion fighter. The fact that he wasn't able to knock out Sneeko is insane to me. The Cat Williams interview is pretty awesome. I already watched the Fresh and Fit podcast. We need some raw footage. I love all the Kanye West interviews. Any Kanye West interview is gold. I would love to react to Kanye West on Alex Jones, but I'm pretty sure that would get the stream pulled. For sure. Not that it should, that's a stupid rule, but it will. I just need something to watch while I play. My girlfriend loves MGK. I am not a fan. I love watching Rust-based builds as well. I watched Rust content for a long time before I ever played it. And I bet there's a lot of other people who do that too, that they watch Rust YouTube videos but have never actually played the game. I need to turn this game down. PALWORLD is entirely too high. Especially with those guys drilling right next to me. Yo, Onision is a maniac. Let's see if we can find that Kanye Instagram live. I want the raw video. I don't want... Yeah, I want that raw video right there. So I'll do Kanye rant full. We're not hearing a whole lot from him lately. Alright, this is it.
Fucking around with our contracts, Ari Emanuel, your brother fucked up my city. Your brother turned Obama hair white. Rahm Emanuel, y'all don't do y'all facts. All y'all niggas want to talk about. Let me tell you, anybody ever talk to my man, how y'all put me in a fucking hospital? Fucking Chinese water torture. Oh, a million questions. Everybody around me telling me I can't wear. Nigga, you can't tell me the color of my hat. Y'all can't tell me shit, nigga. No, none of y'all motherfuckers here with no Instagram, nobody living, nobody at, and I don't want to hear shit from none of these Jewish niggas talking about, oh, he's in an episode. Harley Pasternak followed me to the fucking hotel. The nigga killed Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't kill.
That's a crazy allegation.
You know what I'm saying? Harley Pasternak pusher, your trainer. Harley Pasternak, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And then niggas be hanging around these niggas just.
It's insane that he keeps having to remind people what Harley Pasternak tried to do to him. The text messages that Harley sent Kanye are insane and disturbing, and just the fact that he felt comfortable threatening this man's ability to see his child and his freedom, it is enough to make you realize that there's more going on behind. I'm about to get a level, man. I'm about to get a level just building and farming. Let's keep the flower going. We should be able to get some cake going soon. Once the cake's made, we can put it in the storage box on the breeding pen, and it'll stop. Oh yeah, there's no reason it doesn't expire. But they'll also automatically deposit wheat here, which is what I'm worried about. Another 20 eggs. Another 20 milk and eggs. Easy. This is working great. Alright, so I am going to double check, make sure I'm still alive and haven't gotten kicked off for some reason. When my computer gets low, it does that. And yeah, I'm still alive, thank goodness. Alright, so I'm gonna monitor it on my phone, but I should have a surprise waiting for me back at base. I think I have, if I did my breeding right, I should have an ephedrine aqua waiting in the egg at home. At Maine. And let's see. I think the food timers are gonna have to be reset here too. My god. Pretty soon ingot will not be an issue. And I'll just be going out for coal. Yeah, that sound is ice. It sounds like a, yo. Everyone's been busy. Yo. I think my other base is close enough where I get AFK bonuses. Yo, this is insane. This is insane ore production. It's never been like this when I'm actually here. This is nuts. I don't have my grappling hook. So either I can't grapple to boxes or I can't grapple while a pal's sitting on top of me, essentially. Yeah, that Blazamut is going buck wild on ore. Why can't I open my boxes? Easy 500 ore. I think the other base is close enough where it's considering me AFK. This is nuts, actually. looks like Suzaku fell off the mountain. But yeah, I believe Kanye just because of what I saw Harley Pasternak feel comfortable to text him. He felt totally comfortable telling him that he will take his right to see his kids away, as if he has the power to do so. All right, Jolt Hog Christ doesn't live here. Oh, I have two. Alright, let's throw this guy and this guy back in the thing. Who else is starving? This guy's starving. I thought I saw Suzaku off the edge of the mountain. I'm just gonna reset my flyers just to make sure that they're not like lost in the sauce. Alright, and then let's move this starving guy to my party. And then who else was starving? Do you guys remember who it was? I sure don't. Who was starving? It was my Jolt Hog. But where is he? Alright, we're looking for the Jolt Hog. Christ. There it is, see it. Alright, let's reset the counters on the food in the food box. I bet we had some eggs spoil. Got a lot of cake ingredients here. I can start getting some cake made. Alright, then we'll put the Jolt Hog and Wixen back out. Now I gotta find the Wixen, probably at the end. This one is level 1. Motivational leader, pacifist, won't matter. Okay, and we can deploy one more PAL. Oh, Lylene replaced my Patalia. Ragnahawk is gonna replace Valeris. Shadowbeak looks pretty strong, but I don't have like a weapon for it. Toko has got a good weapon. We'll use Toko. And then Masan Deluxe has been my ride or die. I didn't know I had 2 Grisbolts, actually. Ooh, it might be nice to have 2 Grisbolts on the team. Once I get Relaxorus's missile launcher, that's the way to go. I could use a crafting pal, I guess. But if I'm not gonna do some immediate crafting, then maybe I don't need it. Do any of my Pingolets have Diet Lovers? Okay, Work Slave is good. I might try condensing those later. Okay, Reptyro is good. And I don't have any of the big diggers here. Astagon is mining, Blazema is mining, Reptyro is mining, Suzaku is fire, Aqua's fire, Quivern is just moving stuff around. I have 1 Tombat, might as well have 2. Do I have any with benefits? There we go. Nice, that's a good Tombat. And that Chickpea I caught really early on. It's a shiny, I love it. I almost like shinies of, like I want a Pinglet and a Lamball shiny, before I would want anything else. Oh, let's hatch my egg. Alright, so this is why I built a breeding base, because if I did this right, then this will fill in a blank spot on my PAL Dex with a water ephedrine. Let's go. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. And it's a workaholic. Let's go. That might be my new water guy at the other base. Because I just like to change things up every once in a while. You get sick of looking at the same pals. With a few exceptions. I don't think I'd ever get tired of my Jolthog Christ. These Fire Wizards, the Tombats, are both amazing. The Digitoys have a high utility, and they only do one thing, so they focus on it. Did I pass my Ephedrine Aqua? Okay, is it on this page? No. There it is. 3 and 2. What is? He's got food? Nice. Alright. So I know that there's a fire ephedrine as well. So that's what I'm gonna look up in the breeding calculator. Here, let's get rid of this for now. We'll go back to that in just a second. But I am looking for a fire ephedrine. I know there's a certain amount of pals that have to be gotten through breeding. It's not here. Is it here? Yeah, if Frostalia Noct is here, then the Ephedrine Ignis should be here. Wait, does it not exist? Hmm. Okay, these can only be made with 2 parents of the same type. Man, I am really close to the end of the game now. All I need to do is catch 3, 4 more pals. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These 4 right here are all I'm lacking. And Anubis. I think we're gonna go get Anubis, man. I've got the breeding thing there for when I need it, but I can't remember what's strong against ground. Okay, this is a Fangalope is a water type, right? No, it's not a water type. Where do you find out what type it is? Oh, it's neutral? Stupid. It clearly looks like a electric deer. Alright, let's skip back. I'm guessing if the Pokemon rules are the same, then it's gonna be Mossanda that does the big damage. Gun, stone cannon. Poison's good too. Also, shouldn't water be strong against ground? Yeah. I have no problem going to Google when I'm not sure what to do. Ice Dragon, Dragon Dark, Dark Natural, Ground. Grass is strong against ground. Okay, so who's going with us to fight Anubis? I guess I could use a Mossanda and build the grenade launcher real quick. I think Limfunks are also grass. Let's take a Limfunk. The electric will do us no good here. Is that our highest level Limflunk right there? And then Wumbo Botan has a saddle, but he doesn't have... This thing is a ground and... grass type, but no grass moves. Okay, where is the Mossanda at? Verdash is also grass. It could probably do some damage. But here, I'll just take I'll take Verdash. Okay. Let's make that grenade launcher. We just need 5 more ingot. No problem. Where's the smelter at? Give me 100 ingot. Here, I'll use my own Ragnahawk to do it. And look at that go. Let me make sure nothing's spoiling. Okay, is the chicken... Okay, we're getting milk, but not a lot of eggs. Which makes me think the chicken might have got lost. Let me make sure it didn't fall off the edge or something. Okay, I think my big chicken might have fallen off the edge. Yeah, it did. It was hungry. When these guys fall off, it's nasty, man. That's the only bad thing about this base. I have a feeling ore won't be a problem for much longer. Okay, I can't get into my box because of you. But let's build the grenade launcher real quick. Alright, Verdash, I choose you. Almost a full box of stone. You know where you're supposed to go, right? I'm pretty sure this is all you can do. Got lots of big boys everywhere. Alright, we gained a level. Let's increase carrying capacity. I still am not able to bring Ohm to ore nodes when I go farming. Even though I may not have to do that anymore, it'll help with the coal. Level 41 unlocks what? Nothing. Nothing I give a shit about. Alright. I'm guessing eventually this stuff will matter. The next level is what matters. How many balls do I have? I have 70 hyperspheres. Let's build more hyperspheres. I think I can catch Anubis with hyperspheres. Our levels are close enough. And it's a numbers game. $20 more, actually 30 more will put me at 100. This was almost done. I shouldn't have pulled him off. Speaking of cloning, a lot of people think that Kanye was cloned. The only thing that made me think even slightly about it was the fact that he didn't have his arm tattoos when he was wearing a mask performing with, who was he performing with? Kylie's baby daddy. Sicko mode guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. That's crazy because he's huge. I've never been like a super fan of the guy, but I do like Sicko Mode. Okay, are my hyperspheres ready? Are my hyperspheres ready? There's only one left to make. Alright, how many of the ultra spheres can we make? Only 2 because we need carbon fiber. Let's get a little bit more carbon fiber going. What are we lacking? Are we low on coal? Is that why? Yeah, coal is going to become an issue. Just so we're not short on carbon fiber though, let's make some charcoal. We have plenty of wood. It can craft. It's a crafting machine. Alright, we make a few more of the hyperspheres and then we go catch Anubis. If Anubis goes well, we'll do Anubis, Frostallion, and Jet Dragon back to back. I also need Lily Knot. But I think that's it. Oh, Palladius and Necromus as well. So this will be a boss run. Yeah, right now, carbon fiber is the limiting factor, and charcoal is the limiting factor for that. I don't see my electric pal. So I'm guessing Orzark fell off the edge. So frustrating that that keeps happening. It's like I have to take attendance constantly and be like, who fell off the damn building? A beacon would work, but Orsec is like nice and small. I thought this wouldn't happen with him. Yeah, eat your fill, buddy. Who knows where you were? Alright, it looks like one of the Wixens fell off too. This shit is getting super annoying. Alright, I don't feel like waiting. Alright, let's get out of here. They'll be back. They'll be done when I get back. Alright, Ragnahawk's the ride. Everyone else is gonna help me fight Anubis. Verdash doesn't have a weapon though, and I haven't used Grizzbolt yet, so I'm gonna switch Verdash out for Grizzbolt. The highest level one I got. I think this is it. Alright, let's go. From here we go straight north on Ragnahawk. I tried Phalaris, he's not as fast. Are you kidding me? Catch me in the sky, you stupid ass. Let's make sure the guns are loaded. They are. Put another round in the clip. We come across anything shiny, we'll catch it too. It's a pretty big egg. Looks like a dragon egg too. Huge dragon egg. Who knows what we'll get out of that? Alright, east it is. Oh, there's some coal. Okay, I need to mark this coal. Okay, we should be pretty close to Anubis. He should be somewhere under this statue. First out is gonna be Limfunk.
Yeah.
Alright, this is supposed to be a pretty tough fight. Let's make sure we have the right ball out too. Get on my head. Get on my head, bro. It got knocked out. That's hilarious. I didn't even get a chance to use the submachine gun. One damage? Did I have ground backwards? Is it actually strong against... You know what? This isn't doing any damage. Alright, that's doing damage. It's good at keeping him at a distance. Alright, I choose you. Whoops. Alright, let's pick someone else. Grisbolt, let's see what you can do, buddy. Yo, he killed that thing quick. I'll just see how this does on its own. I knew Toku can self-destruct for big damage. Nice. Get him. He killed him with a leg sweep. Okay, maybe I wasn't ready for this fight. That wasn't bad. Thank you, Toko. And just like that, I'm all alone. Damn it. That hurt. That still hit. Maybe I need a few more levels. $3,000, about 100 bullets to go. Oh, froze up. Bad time to freeze up. What happened? Did I run out of the fight? Does that mean it starts over? Damn it. It's freezing up. I gotta end the stream. We'll try this again later.
Yeah.
Alright, the stream's